seas.
Pokey seas
Do you
all.
have a cleaning cloth?
Oh, yeah, I was about to grab one.
Sorry, my
Bring it over.
glasses are smudged to hell.
We're live. Hello.
Hello.
We'll start proper here in just a moment. Wipe away the smudgies off my
Gonna be
glasses
able
as
to
well.
see.
All right, here you go.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, it's the starry one from them.
The starry guys.
Yeah, it ended up being like a really nice one, so I ended up keeping it and using it.
I want to chop it up into many.
Into many?
Wait, wasn't this a bandana?
Yeah, it ended up being,
Okay.
like I said, it ended up being
I was like,
very
wasn't this
soft.
the bandana they gave me to put on Emmy? Yeah, it ended up being pretty
Yeah, I got one when I was down there.
nice.
Ah, D&D.
D&D. We are finally back, everybody. Boomberry and roommates playing Dungeons and Dragons. We're gonna call this season 2 because of the little break. Let's have a little roll call. We'll start with you, Maya. All right. Oh well, sorry. Let me. Yeah. We'll start with you.
Okay, sure.
I got confused.
Okay. Confusing yourself.
I confused myself.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I play Tauren the Dragonborn. I have a figure for him now, so I'm all excited.
Super cute. Super cute.
We just got our Hero Forge figures like last week,
And they look amazing.
and they're really cool. So,
Yay!
and a Dragonborn sorcerer, and yeah, that's me.
Tauren. Let's go ahead.
Sarada, I play Viksha, homebrew, tabaxi, bard.
Yeah.
I got my little figure painted. Let's see if I can get her up there.
Hope those are coming out well. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, a little bit lower. I can actually kind of see it from our screen.
Yeah.
I guess we can put it on that. And then
Yes, and I am Anita, and I play Pahokee! I made a little...
Did you make
Oh my
little
gosh.
bush creature.
a little bushling.
Oh my gosh!
This was a homebrew creature, Nafon, but
They
it's also a
they
healer.
got their miniatures.
That is great.
She's too
Yeah.
big.
She's huge.
She's
It's
cute. She's super
fine.
huge.
She's super cute though.
She's small. She is actually small. And we
Okay, the bush makes her look bigger.
yeah.
It's a ghillie suit. The adds bulk and poof.
adds the poof.
I love it.
Wait. Now I'm ready for dandy.
She put on horns. She put on her Pahokee horns. Speaking of Pahokee, by the way, so you might notice a difference in Pahokee's racial traits. I don't think it's actually going to come up really, but I did finally complete the Nafon race, homebrew race. So now her racial abilities are different. She no longer has dark vision. That's the biggest change.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And
Yeah, now me and Kyle are the only ones I can see in the dark.
Yep. Because my bird can't even see in the dark, so... so literally just you two.
just that all. Wait, what the heck? Where is it? My homebrew didn't stick.
Oh no.
Homebrew? Oh wait, maybe it
Look
did.
at our little party.
Look, it's a
Cute.
fucking bush hiding behind you. It's perfect.
That's just a bush.
It's great. I love it.
Okay, so we're gonna, and I'm Boom. I am the DM of this campaign, and we're gonna get back into it. We're gonna do a little bit of a recap.
Yay!
So last time they had just rounded out the mission to conquer the defiled temple of Asmodeus under Solomor's grave, which was I guess it was like a cult house. Bad stuff was happening. Some kobolds needed rescuing, and some dragon eggs got saved.
And there's so much null shit.
And then,
So
yeah,
much
a lot of gross, null gore all over the place, but these three cut through, slide into those tips, and rescue and had a kobold join their party who was little Ka.
My HP is wrong.
Oh,
Oh, that didn't update. Okay.
yeah, that didn't update.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that's weird that two of them updated.
Yeah, but HP's 44.
But the other two didn't update.
So strange.
Yeah, very strange.
Oh well.
We'll fix that later. That's all just presentation right now. But After being triumphant, the heroes return.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, as long as the icon shows up.
I'm just making sure it's the right one. Sorry.
No worries. After a triumphant victory, the heroes return back to Ravencrest Hills, a little halfling town, and have begun your rest. So the light recap is basically you guys have spent probably the last 2 or 3 days just resting up. You guys feel great. It's bright early in the morning. You guys are the 3 of you are together in your tavern room. Ignore this field, by the way. Ignore the down here for the time being. That's not what the tavern looks like.
This whole thing?
Yeah, ignore that.
Okay.
Just trust me on this one. But you guys find yourselves in Ravencrest Hills once more. You guys are in your little suite that Mimi gave you. Unfortunately, Mimi is still on vacation with her daughter. They went down to Dragon's Meet. After talking with the bartender downstairs, you realize that she's taken probably the entire month off. So she'll be away for some time. Right now, the 3 of you guys are gathered together in your room. I know you guys don't all sleep there. Pahokee and Vishka likes to sleep on the roof, and Pahokee wanders off into the wilderness to get her rest, or their rest.
For the rafters, whichever is
Finds where
available.
is comfy.
Yes. But you guys find yourselves collected together. Sort of maybe counting some coins, going through sort of like your haul at the place, making sure, I don't know, you guys are like looking at your gear, just kind of reviewing everything. Make a quick investigation check. We just got done being told, saying how good everyone's investigation was. In particular,
I did not say mine was good.
Vishka's.
My perception is
And I'm about to
my
prove it.
investigation's less than. So okay, I rolled an 18.
Ooh, we got an 18 here. We got an 18
so
here.
Wait, and then. So it's an 18.
You don't have a bonus. All right.
I do not.
What did you
Not
get?
too smart.
What did you get towards? Torin got a 6.
Wait, okay, so it's the investigation
Told
bonus
you I was
like
good.
under my skills.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just add that to your d20.
Okay, so
I rolled a
that
4.
is going to be a 19.
All right. So okay. Torin, you are busy kind of like sticking your nose in the case of the rubies that you guys got. If you guys don't remember, they were given a reward of a chest of rubies for delivering the young lad Jaman to his keepers in the hell state of Velmoth.
Untrustworthy rubies.
Yeah. So Torin, I'm gonna say that you're just like kind of really focusing on those rubies. They look fine, but you just don't feel comfortable with this kind of almost like blood money in a way. The other two, you guys are looking around the room and you something kind of catches your eye. You notice that all the mirrors here have cloths thrown over them.
We're just now noticing this after 3 days.
Yeah. And that's kind of your thought. You're like,
Well, I don't sleep
has
in
it
there.
always been like this? So, and you notice that you and Pahokee are kind of like looking at it, and you realize that
Wait a
a bunch of
minute.
sheets from the beds, because only Torin uses the one bed, and there's like 3 beds in here, but like all the sheets from all the beds have been used to cover up any majorly reflective surfaces, including little the little water basin that's in the room has been covered as well, and you're not sure why.
That is very, very suspicious. However, I have decided it's probably not my business. And I would like some breakfast.
All the reflective surfaces are covered.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
You stick your nose up.
All the reflective surfaces are covered.
Yeah, it's kind of actually creepy, but...
Did somebody die recently? Are they trying to keep the ghosts from getting stuck, or... That's unusual.
Guess
the-
we could go.
Time?
Yeah,
I don't know, I don't sleep in here.
you're the one who's usually in the room.
What I remember
You spot.
this...
Make a wisdom check. You spot Emil kind of like poking at he's landed on top of like one of the mirrors and it's just kind of like poking at it, trying to like get it unveiled.
Okay. Just a wisdom check?
Yeah, just a wisdom check. All you guys can make one too.
Do I add my modifier to this?
Yeah,
or no?
yeah.
Ooh, okay.
20.
20. Oh, 20. Okay.
I rolled
Alright.
Wisdom.
That's actually pretty good.
Where's my wisdom?
I have a +2. I rolled an 18.
18 again.
18.
Oh, there it is. Okay. And I got. I got 18 too.
Okay.
Yay.
Wow. Okay. So as you Torn, the words like go. Did we do this? All of you kind of remember that. You all kind of like just sort of nod and go. We did, didn't we?
Oh, that's not good.
Wait, we did this?
Yeah. You guys start to remember a little bit that. Probably the night you guys arrived, you set down your things, and you distinctly remember taking the sheets off the beds and covering every reflective surface. You're not sure why you forgot that you did this, but it was definitely you. And you, with the extra 2 points, you also remember canceling room service. And with that memory, your stomachs collectively just go... as if you hadn't eaten for 3 days.
I mean, that...
Does this feel anything like when... okay, so now having remembered that apparently we did this and we don't know why, does it feel at all similar to when I had to go through the door with the stupid devil trial
yes,
thing?
it has a very similar feeling, but maybe not so much with the diabolical magic itself, but that feeling, the compulsion, beyond your control, definitely resonates in the same manner.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
How long have we been in our room?
Guys, I'm hungry. I was hungry before, but now I realize I'm real hungry.
You guys do have rations if you guys want to just chow down on some rations.
I don't know.
And in fact, like, kind of the memory of things coming back, realizing that you guys do have, 10 days of rations, you almost instinctively kind of, begin to salivate at the idea of, dried rations. And in fact, the smell of food coming from downstairs is causing your stomachs to really kind of, pick it up, a little bit. You guys are starving, actually. It feels like you guys are starving.
That's no good. I'm going to casually go to the door and fucking leave the room.
Alright.
Because this feels weird and wrong.
You reach for the door, and you grab the handle, and you realize it's hard to open.
Uh-oh.
Because one of you barricaded the door with a plank and nails.
On the other
Guys!
side?
On the other side.
How did we get back into the room?
Somebody must have, climbed.
I would have had
So Pahoki's trying to open the door, and she's like, "Someone's barricaded the room."
Okay.
And then you guys kind of because it's kind of a rickety door. You guys can kind of see that there's a plank outside, and then you distinctly remember realizing you guys needed to barricade yourselves in. You did it. You guys canceled room service and asked to not be disturbed, and then you crawled back into the room.
And no one in the inn was like, "Hey, they're nailing a board over their door."
I mean, at this point, you guys are kind of in the room.
Okay.
So it's you're not really talking to anybody. You guys are kind of just having this almost like a strange feeling of a very surreal feeling that things are happening.
Bionics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking around in kind of confusion and slowly pass a ration over to Pahoki.
You've never tasted better tasting dried salted meats and bread and stale bread.
That's how Pahoki always feels.
He's gonna go ahead and pull some dried fish out of her ration bag and start chewing on that while staring at the door.
Okay. You guys start to get some food in you and begin to and immediately feel a lot better.
If I remember correctly, there was a window in our room.
Yes, there's 2 windows actually.
Okay,
You guys have a
go
corner
to the
suite.
window
Okay.
and look out. Are the windows barricaded?
As you approach the window, you realize they're barricaded from the inside now. In fact, both windows are.
Okay.
Several planks, very haphazardly. It looks like you guys... It really looks like your work. In the sense that you guys aren't really carpenters, so you did what you thought would work.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm gonna reach up to that leather strip hanging from my coat and cast mage armor.
Okay. You
I'm
instinctively...
very uncomfortable
Yeah.
right now, and I feel
Yeah.
like something is going down.
As you tug at Arcana, you feel a surge, almost as if you hadn't been using magic in the last few days, and suddenly you're using it again, and it feels good. It feels like It feels right. It's like when you use Arcana, you can kind of feel your blood sort of like, not like boil, but like warm and give you kind of like a comfort. You don't realize how cold you were from this. Like, you're disconnect from the Arcana until casting the spell again, and you're back in there. Suddenly you feel like the arcane ley lines, all of the magical energy that you're used to kind of experiencing in your brain kind of comes back. Like, your biology is restoring itself.
I'm, like, actually uncomfortable
Yeah.
right now.
You're, like, casting it, you feel good because the protection worked, but you feel even better having cast a spell, like, to begin with.
V is gonna turn around from the door, and I'm going to cast Detect Magic on the room.
You so you kind of feel a very similar surge where magic doesn't run so intrinsically through your veins like it does for a sorcerer, but it's still one of those things where it's like, it's like riding a bike. You like to be like out and about. It's like, going out again. It feels right. Your body tingles again, and it's sort of like it's like releasing endorphins. Like, it feels amazing to cast magic, and it feels again like you have not been using magic for the last like 3 days. You cast Detect Magic, and I think roll an Arcana check, please.
Okay, let's see. Go away. That's going to be 17.
Okay. You suddenly... You first off, you can detect sort of like the residual magic from your equipment, your gear, things that you're used to, including Torin's spell that was just cast.
Yeah.
But then you also feel a very strong pulse of magic coming from your bag. It's heavy, and it's almost like pulling you in. And as you kind of like, as your mind kind of like, so Detect Magic is kind of like you're sort of reaching out in this dark web, trying to find tendrils of energy.
I can sense magic within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I can use my action, well, I guess that's in combat, to see a faint aura around that. And I can, so it tells me what the school of magic is, too.
Okay, alright, perfect. So, you turn around.
And identify the creature or object, okay.
Yeah. You turn around sort of instinctively, and you stare at your bag, and you realize that, hold on a second, let me pull this up a little bit. But you realize that the aura of magic that you're feeling that is almost alien and strange is coming from your bag.
My bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see the arcane aura. You can see it's collectively, almost like it's drawing out energy from the three of you. You can sort of see like little sparkles of like little bits of arcana or just magic in general being drawn towards your bag.
Dun dun
Can I
dun!
use Mage Hand to open my bag?
Yes. Do you want to say anything? So the two of you guys see just Visha, casting Dispel or Detect Magic, and then suddenly she turns around, and then is like staring at her bag. I want to kind of give everyone like a chance to do something really quick if they want to.
I was actually going to look at the state of our clothing and see if it was like how we remember it before we went to bed, or if it's like if any of us got off the shuttle or something.
Check, yeah.
I don't know.
I'll let you make an
investigation.
investigation.
Pajamas? What's going on?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a 6. I rolled a 4.
It is the clothes that you're wearing, and it doesn't take a lot to realize that you haven't bathed in 3 days.
Oh, gross.
It doesn't even look like you've taken off the clothes that you wore when you came into town after Solomar's grave.
So not much has changed for good old Pokey.
Yeah, Pokey, it's almost indistinguishable for you. Like, as far as you can tell, you're fine. Although, maybe for you, you notice that some of your ghillie suit leaves have withered a bit.
Unacceptable! We gotta get out of here. Vishka! What are you doing?
I'm gonna say if it's been 3 days, that means I'd be getting itchy. My scales will be itchy at that point.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly.
Yeah. So the School of Magic, though,
No.
so as you can kind of hear your compatriots sort of realizing things around you, you are more focused on this kind of pocket of, it seems to be multiple schools of magic, but right now it seems to be some sort of just general enchantment is the vibe that you're getting. And did you want to use the mage hand to open the bag now?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the bag and see, so I can identify which item in there is doing this.
Suddenly you guys see Vishka kind of like conjuring her mage hand, which is like a cat's paw.
Something,
Reaches...
something bad in the bag?
I'm not sure.
The hand levitates towards the leather bag and kind of like flip opens the top.
Mhm.
And in doing so, you guys suddenly see kind of like a spiral of green spectral energy kind of wafting out
Oh,
from
I
the
have that
bag.
fucking rock in my bag. I forgot about it.
And slowly the stone
It's
begins to
been a month.
levitate upward.
Oh no.
And much like when you guys saw it before, it seems to be active. Although, unlike what you saw before, so when it was active before, the runes on it were also glowing. Right now, it seems to just be radiating energy. But it's definitely slowly levitating upward, if a little bit weakly.
Is my stick within reach?
Yes.
I throw it at the thing.
Pahoki suddenly throws a stick. Make an attack roll.
I am going to make an attack roll. I do not trust weird glowy rocks. That's an 8. And then...
Plus your
Where is
proficiency.
it?
Well, yeah, just your attack roll. Plus
There
your
it
dex,
is.
Yeah.
Plus 2. That's it!
2 plus 3 for your proficiency.
Oh, okay.
So, wait, what'd you roll?
11.
That's
That's 11.
11, okay. Pokey throws her stick, or their stick, and it kind of taps against the side of the slowly
it's
levitating
more
rock, and flumps to the ground.
He's gonna pick up Pahoki's stick and poke the rock. Not hit it, just tap
Okay.
it.
As you apply a little bit of pressure, you're able to kind of like move it around. There's not a lot of resistance. Think like sort of a large, almost like a weak magnet
Okay.
kind of thing. It's still trying to center itself,
No.
but like but you're just kind of like you're able to kind of like move it around a little bit.
Okay. I'll give Pahoki her stick back.
Okay.
I keep going punk. Tong, 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 tong.
Pahoki, you
tong,
kind of
tong,
like
tong.
step forward. The magic doesn't feel as vile as it did in the basement that you guys were at,
Well, that's good.
but it still feels like strange and alien. And as you approach, you're not afraid of approaching it. In fact, you feel like you've done it before,
Uh-oh.
but it doesn't seem to be responding like you remember it used to.
Huh. I don't know, guys. Everything about this rock is weird. I kind of remember it doing stuff. And this poking it with a stick, I don't know if it's doing anything. I would like to get out of this room, though. I am trapped in a small room with a glowing rock. I'm too small to reach the board, you guys.
It's not somebody casting a spell. I can't. Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, the spell magic.
I don't
think
have
that'll
dispel
work on it,
magic.
because it's an enchanted item, not a. Well,
It dispels magical effects.
Yeah, you might be able to do something with this.
I was thinking of trying counterspell, but it's not like casting.
Oh yeah,
a spell.
yeah, it's not like
So-
actively casting.
All right. So
I don't have dispel magic.
Let's see what we got here.
Okay, well that doesn't seem good.
Torin, would you mind trying to get one of those windows open?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Can I
Big claw.
Can I clear a window?
Go up to the window again. So it really looks like your guys' work, and again, you guys aren't necessarily carpenters. It's a little makeshift. You're not sure where the planks came from until you kind of look around the room, where it looks like you guys might have tried to pull up a few of the floorboards and then just sort of stick it on. It looks like a good tug will actually probably rip it off.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and make like a
Yeah.
strength check.
Use your big meaty claws.
Oh, okay, that's actually not bad. Hang on. Just a strength check?
Yeah, just strength check.
Oh, right. I rolled a 17.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's a 16.
Oh. That's look you.
I have a -1 to
Yeah.
strength.
All right, you grab it, and you know for a second you're like, okay, this is gonna be tough, and without even really much effort, it just goes, oh. The plank is out, and the window like just kind of creaks open, like just.
Ah, yes, good.
I hope we weren't actually trying to keep something out of the room.
And in fact, with how easy it was, you look at the other one, and almost as if the gaze was enough, the other plank just kind of falls off, and flumps to the ground, making a dull thud.
And we're
So-
good at this, you guys. Anyways.
while Tord is opening the windows, V's gonna go ahead and try and cast Dispel Magic on that thing.
Is that a 1-round cast, or is that like a... How long does that take to cast?
Pretty sure
One
it's
action?
Okay, good. That's what I thought. I was... In my brain, I was like, is that a ritual in this one?
No.
Okay.
Abjuration.
Pan
Yeah.
as a ritual, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, so I'm going to cast it on the rock, obviously.
Oh, if you cast as a ritual, I think it's free. It doesn't use a spell slot.
I-
But it takes 10 minutes. I think that's actually the rule.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's not like we're going anywhere.
Do you want to do the ritual version?
Sure, why not? So yeah,
Alright.
while Torrin's messing with the doors, the windows, I'm gonna just kind of sit there and I guess mutter at it until it tells me what it is.
You see, Vishka sit down. She prepares a few, like, let's say, like, remedial, like, arcane ingredients. You kind of, like, place things together. There's this sort of, like, weird natural arcane sizzle. It almost smells like incense in a way. And then you begin to cast Dispel Magic on the stone.
I don't know what I
Oh.
expected. To be able to escape the glowy rocks immediately? Impossible. Pokey just mutters.
Pokey's,
in the
like,
corner.
pacing in the corner.
At least she's got an open window now.
Yeah.
I can get out. That's what matters.
I would like to
There's
look out the
an exit.
window.
Alright. So you begin casting the spell.
Yes,
Go ahead and make some arcane... Make 3 arcane checks for me.
Okay.
You peek out the window. It seems like a nice, pleasant day. People are walking around. You actually see several kobolds in town now, too. Like,
Was Ka in the room with us?
no, Ka's not there. In fact, you're looking around, and you think you see Ka, like, near the mayor's office. Ka seems to be pointing at things and trying, like, it seems to be, like, a little agitated, kind of, like, giving stomps and stuff.
Okay, just because I'm not sure. Can I, whoever's closest, I'm going to lean out the window and kind of wave my arms a little bit and kind of be like, hey! Hello?
I'm gonna, okay. A couple of halflings kind of go by, like, they go, oh yes, the heroes! Enjoying your solitude?
Sure. Can you tell me how long we've been up here?
3 days since you've returned. You haven't asked for anything. Quite strange, really, but heroes are quite strange.
Yeah, sure. Don't come check on the people who've been missing for 3 days. Okay, thanks. I think our door is stuck. Is there anybody who could come up and maybe open it?
I know just the few. He kind of, the person turns to the lady that's walking next to him, and she, like, nods, and she, like, calls up, says, young heroes, it seems that somebody's locked up in the tavern.
Oh, God damn it! Torian, you know better.
Yeah. I think someone messed with our door and we can't get out now. Could you send someone up to get it off the door?
The 2 halflings sort of, like, turn to each other, kind of, like, start muttering and whatnot, and they kind of turn back to you and go, I guess we'll be heroes then! Rescuing heroes! They, the 2 of them, like, rush over to the entryway of the tavern.
I come back in and go, okay, so they didn't bother to check on us, but apparently we've been here for 3 days.
Yeah, that sounds right, too. Oh, man.
Since V's focused on what she's doing, she's just gonna like have her tail kind of go as a I'm listening.
As a,
This kind of
yep.
They're sending someone up to unlock the door.
Well, did you ask for breakfast?
No, I forgot to ask for breakfast because I'm trying to figure out how we lost 3 days.
I guess that is important.
What did
We
you
did
get for your
lose
checks?
three
Okay, so I
3 breakfasts.
we did.
I got
Indeed.
12, 16, and 22.
Okay. Alright. So you begin to kind of like, the ritual starts to take hold. And you guys kind of feel sort of like a chime of arcane energy as Vishka begins the dispel magic process. She like reaches out and you feel several layers of arcane protection, like sealing whatever secrets this stone has. Which, by the way, looks like a floating D8.
Okay.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. And finally, you're kind of like able to, you sort of, almost like you're communicating or interfacing with this device.
Okay.
You hear just slight whispers, mumbles that are hard to identify, and actually all of you guys begin to hear this as you sort of see like Vishka pressing into these, like pressing towards the stone. It's almost like an invisible shield is kind of like giving you a little bit of resistance, but as you slowly get through, you are able to touch the floating stone, and it's cold. It's very, very cold, but it's comforting. You almost want to embrace it, but your brain's like, no, we're doing a thing. Hang on. And then finally, you suddenly feel a strange pulse. You almost like see a light in your mind, and you grab that light, and suddenly just the coldness of the stone sort of evaporates, and it kind of falls to the ground like just a heavy rock. Yeah, in your hand. You're just like, oh, oof. It's actually way heavier than it was when you first picked it up. It's extremely heavy. In fact, it's almost like actually the right heaviness, to the point where you kind of like just roll it off your hands and it just smashes into the ground before you, splintering some of the wood and kind of leaving a little bit of a dent where it was. And you guys all hear this just goes poof on the ground like dust, and then dust even shoots upward to kind of like also denote that you guys haven't really moved around in this room very much. It's very dusty all of a sudden.
Oh, also good job de-glowing the rock.
It wasn't that heavy before, was it?
No.
Okay.
Like, nope. Suddenly
Yeah,
you
but it was
hear
stronger than I thought it was.
you hear a bunch of footfalls outside as people are climbing up the stairs. There's almost like a mob, but you hear several voices.
Oh.
And then you kind of hear Ka's voice in there and going, get out, wait! Suddenly you hear a little bump, 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 bump.
Ka?
Like, Ka's here!
Cool. Can you get the board off? That there's a board on the door.
Masters can't get it. Too strong.
Okay,
Board is so strong.
Ask for help. I think there's some help. Halflings who can
turns
help.
around and you hear someone kind of like step forward, and some sort of like device just goes poof, and you hear a little wrenching sound, and suddenly wood just kind of splits and crack, and suddenly the door just swings open. You see several halflings like are standing there. One of them holding a crowbar. It's Petey, actually.
Hey!
And there's actually even a handful of kobolds. But then Ka's in there, and he rushes in and says, "Oh, glad you're okay."
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I guess.
Does anybody know what we've been doing for 3 days? Or
Ka
did y'all
kinda-
just kind of leave us up here?
Ka kind of shakes his head. A lot of the halflings kind of like shrug. It seems like they were looking for something more interesting happening, but they were like, they're just in the room. Huh. So a bunch of them start to kind of like trail away. Ka kind of like scratches his little head. You see the barkeep from downstairs kind of go, does this mean you want to cancel room service? Or did you want to continue not getting room service?
I would like breakfast, please. 3 breakfasts.
3 breakfasts.
But how about we eat it downstairs?
Yes.
V, who's still kind of like looking at the rock and figuring, because she can still carry the rock, right?
It's really heavy, but you can probably lift it up. You're strong. You know.
Because V's relatively strong.
Yeah.
Anyway, so okay, well she's cause can I read the runes on it at all, or are they not a language I know?
They're not a language you know,
Oh.
but you might be able to make a history check on them.
Hang on.
You guys wanted to?
I would like to get out of the room.
Yeah. Okay. So
V wants a bath more than she wants food right now because she's dirty and she doesn't like
Honestly,
that.
Torrin just doesn't want to be in the room right now.
All right, you
something
can
weird has been
cross
going
out.
on, and he doesn't like that
Do
compulsion
we have
feeling.
Now, is it like a communal bath at this place, or is there like a one in our room, or how's that working?
there's a few sort of bathing areas outside. They have some privacy, but it's mostly just kind of like a small wall that faces like one of the running rivers outwardly.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
fine. It was just more of the because I'm like V's gonna.
Sorry.
Right.
I guess before we leave the room, I probably have a spare shirt on me.
Yeah. I'm
have, like,
sure
a
you
spare
have
change
some
of
clothes.
clothes?
You can grab your things and leave. The door's open. Like nothing seems to be keeping you in here.
Okay.
other than like the kind of curiosity and maybe like the small wall of the few kobolds and halflings left kind of staring in, some of them seem to be just mumbling like, this is how heroes live. Adventurers live quite the life.
Kind of wave and be like, okay, we'll be downstairs in a few minutes, just give us
Ooh.
a second.
Downstairs, a bunch of them like start to rush down.
Okay, I'm gonna gently kind of close the door real quick.
No!
Change really fast and then rip it open.
V's gonna call off and tell him, order fish for me, I'll join you in a minute. She's gonna go take a bath first, take a shower first.
Got it. Fish.
Fish.
Before I leave this room, I am going to reach for one of the reflective surface coverings and go,
Alright.
and then run away.
Okay,
You
I'm
pull
gonna
down.
watch
You
Boki
pull
do
down
this.
one from from the wind, from like one of the ones that are covering like a mirror. You pull it down, and as you do so, you didn't realize it, but the window was smashed.
Oh!
But as far as you can tell, nothing strange in the reflection.
Okay.
The mirror is smashed.
Yeah, the mirror seems to be smashed.
I don't know. That seems very weird and weird. I'm gonna... Are there mirror chunks?
No, it seems like it was kind of just like it wasn't like
Oh, it's
smashed.
shattered.
It's just like it's more like cracked.
Oh, that spider webbing.
Yeah,
that
yeah, the
glass
spider,
does.
the very TV show style.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I already don't trust those weird shiny reflective surfaces that are all like, formed and shaped to man's bidding. But something else about this seems weird, so I'm gonna go get some breakfast.
Okay.
I'm
Many
gonna take
breakfasts.
off the wrappings I kind of keep on my arms
Yep.
and kind of shake them out.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's pretty dank under there.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
wash those.
Well, he's a lizard, so he doesn't really sweat.
But he's like weird,
but there's
greasy.
like mud and crap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's
There from the
there's
tomb.
adventure stuff. As far as you
As
guys
far
can
as I
tell,
know, I did not
Yeah.
change
Yeah.
after we got out of the tomb,
and in
so I
fact,
still have tomb gun. with me.
as
Yeah.
you are kind of like changing into like getting rid of your like dirty clothes, you guys do realize that there is like old blood caked on your boots and clothing. Basically, it looks like you guys never cleaned up from the night before. You
So-
guys just arrived and then
V's going
That's a
to
lot extra gear.
grab
So you're just-
her bag,
yeah.
and she's gonna stuff the rock in there, and she's gonna go out to one of the little shower areas,
Alright.
and she's going to
You gonna take the rock with you?
the rock's
Okay.
coming with me.
So Vishka arms up and gears up and then
Goes to one of the bathhouse because she wants to get clean, and then she's also gonna wash her clothes. She's gonna change, but she
Yeah,
wants
okay.
to wash out her gross clothes in the shower too.
Say,
Because you're downstairs in the dining area now.
well, I'm gonna change into clothes that are like less rank
okay.
and kind of carry my dirty clothes and my.
Yeah, you've got like one arm with your dirty clothes.
Yeah, I'll be taking them down to get
Ka ends
washed.
up kind of grabbing them and then like sort of walking over to one of the halflings and gives it to them. And so Ka seems to know some of the people in town now because he's just like, wash person here, and shoves it into their face, and they go, it's on the house for the heroes. And they kind of saunter off downstairs. Vishka, you're kind of like stepping out as like they're. getting
Yeah, I'm
clothes
still
from
wearing
us.
my dirty
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah, you're still in your dirties.
Because I'm just going straight from one of the shower stalls.
I am wholly unconcerned.
Yeah, because
I'm a little
As
mudball.
we're headed downstairs to go get breakfast, I'm gonna ask Ka real quick, because they have scales too, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the kobolds are scaly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him if they have any kind of like sand or clean dirt or something that they use to kind of scrub scales.
Ka, like, kind of big smiles, is about time you asked. Kobold's just installed stand bath here. Come.
Oh, perfect. Okay, and I'm after breakfast.
Oh.
Breakfast first. I'm starving.
V is already gone.
Oh, I'm just imagining a sandpit with a bunch of little kobolds like hopping into it and just rolling around like chinchillas.
That's
Basically.
you step out. You see that the tavern floor is very busy, and there's clearly a reserve table for your party with breakfast is already provided. You guys can
Wonderful.
smell this from you guys are all kind of like coming down the stairs roughly at the same time.
Yeah, V
I walk faster.
completely ignores
Breakfast.
Yeah, V's going to just take the rafters and get out the fastest way possible. She's
Yeah.
going to go across the rafters and hop out a window.
You spot a
That's
chance
adorable.
to avoid the gaze because you see that lots of halflings there are just here to spot you guys, and you spot the chance to kind of like slip out from like a side door,
Yeah.
which actually is the door you're supposed to use to get to the bathhouse, the bathing area,
Oh,
bathing
okay,
areas. There's a small sort of like shed-like building that's kind of like rickety. It offers some privacy towards the town, but it's sort of like open air as it kind of goes down
He
towards
doesn't
the
really
lake.
care.
Yeah, exactly.
She's
So-
not particular
yeah.
about that, so she's just going to jump in the water, clothes and all.
Oh, okay. You just dive on in.
Yeah, because she's gonna just like, okay, and then like scrubbing herself and the clothes out, and then she'll change before going back in.
As you sort of start to dip in, you see like this sort of just the ickiness of like grime and stuff sort of washing away in the current. And even just stepping into like cold, clean water, you can smell a difference.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh dear.
You're just like,
On your way out, you notice that there's a large barrel of like kind of like soft sand and other dirts, and several kobolds kind of like one almost like a kobold foreman kind of like instructing people how to create some sort of like a sand bath of sorts, which a few other kobolds are already rolling around like.
Yes.
I was like, oh, you got to it before I can explain it.
me?
Yeah, a bunch of kobolds are rolling in sand on the
oh,
side.
that's cute. Okay, so yeah, so V sees
Yeah.
these guys rolling in sand while she's standing
Yeah.
in a river.
Yeah. You begin stepping down. You see the halfling that's got your clothes. He's just left outward. You actually just spot V as she kind of tears out from the side entrance, and you see the food. You see a dining hall full of people. A lot of them just have a few drinks here and there. Most of them are just here to spot you guys. They're basically there, but there's 3 hot meals in the center table, and you see the barkeep kind of like motioning and kind of like pointing towards the table.
Okay. And Torn's going straight for the food.
All right, you sit. The two of you sit down and begin to
Yeah.
kind of just sort of chow down.
V will come back in after she's done.
Yeah.
I'll make sure there is fish on the table.
Yes,
when he comes back.
there's a fish plate. Most of it's their standard like kind of eggs and like pan meat, but we got like some steamed fish for you.
Yes.
There's a river. I'm sure there's fish in it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, V's not opposed to eating raw fish either, so.
I'll keep that in mind.
She's a cat. She can do it.
She can take it.
She
Both
was
of them.
not opposed to eating.
So-
Let's say like about maybe
She'll
30 to an hour passes, and you guys find you feel very
Yeah.
good again.
After like 20 minutes, V will come back in, just kind of a little bit puffy because she's just had a bath, so she like shook off, so she's a little bit damp and very fluffy. She's just gonna sit down and say, "Don't say anything," and just start
Just like,
eating.
Drink.
Yeah, I was like, "Not a word," because she knows.
yeah.
Okay, well, once Torn's done, he's gonna immediately want to go find the sand bath. He's getting itchy.
Yeah. So, Torrin finishes his meal, stands up, kind of like gives you a kind of a knowing nod, and then you also kind of depart from the side place where, like the bathing exit. You meet up with some of the kobolds there. One of them kind of comes up to you and sort of puffs his chest up, says, "Welcome! This sand bath!"
Perfect. I was hoping there would be something like this. Good job, guys.
We will revolutionize Halfling Town.
Like, yay. I'm just gonna start taking handfuls and just kind of scrubbing down.
Yeah.
And then I already rolled for it, but I shed 3 bronze scales.
Oh,
so I have
there we
3
go.
more scales.
Yeah, so there you go. So as you sit down and kind of like begin rubbing yourself, 2 other kobolds kind of come up and start to like rub you as well.
I mean, that's not necessary, but okay.
One of the kobolds
I know they like
is
to help,
like,
so I'll
yeah.
just kind of let them do it.
Foremen ask that we assist first timers so they understand. And they kind of just
Probably a
start
good
rubbing
idea.
you.
All right. Just getting a rub down from kobolds.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and then if I have like an empty pouch or something, I'd like to just collect some sand just to have on me. In
Oh,
case we
okay.
go traveling.
Yeah, you kind of like scoop up just like a little pouch of like the soft sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a decent amount. It can definitely give you another wash.
Yeah.
And go. So.
I see.
Just so I have that on me.
Vishka, you do smell nice now.
It's a very clean, open river.
I see. And then Torin also went to wash as well.
Mm-hmm.
Should Pokey wash?
You look at your hands. There is a really dried, kind of caked mud all along your fingers. It doesn't look like it, but you have like full fur on your hands. But it kind of just looks like a weird layer of like muddy skin, like mud, like literal caked mud, like all over you.
He's going to just look at her. She goes, I don't know if you use water or sand to bathe, but they have both. And
You're right. Pahokee runs to the water and jumps in.
Pahokee hops up on the table, does the finger point, and then bounces between tables and rushes out into
Rushes to the baths.
to the baths. You see a large river. That's,
Wonderful. I jump into the river. I do one of these shakes. And then I look to the sand pit. I shall
Torin-
double clean, says Pahokee,
So
and
Torin-
then runs to the sand pit.
Can we hear her yell this?
You hear
There's much yelling.
double clean.
No.
Double clean!
Okay.
Cannonball
From
into
your
the sand pit.
perception, you're kind of like collecting the soft sand into your pouch, and suddenly just a little bush rolls down the hill and slams into the water. Shakes a bit. Two fists kind of like burst up. They're actually like kind of like furry and stuff. What color is your fur?
I've gone with peachy for the
Okay,
hand bits.
kind of like a peachy, think like a young fawn
Yeah.
sort of like fur, and then just double clean.
double clean.
And then they rush up, and as you look up, you're like, oh no, and before
Then
poof,
just let it happen.
right into the sand,
right into the sand.
where I then roll.
You roll. So you know, like when you're at the beach.
And you're still in the ghillie suit.
I am still in the gillies.
So basically, you're gonna look like Emmy after a walk at the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, V.
Double clean.
As you're rolling, you feel
At least you won't
two
smell like
kobold hands rubbing against you, like, we'll help.
Yes. Double
They move-
clean. I chant with them.
They go double clean too. And then the foreman kind of goes, ideas.
Oh my gosh. So V's finished her food and she has taken her bag
Okay.
and she's climbed up into the rafters again.
Okay, yeah.
Near, like, because there's probably some windows up high for extra light.
Yeah.
So she's gonna, like, find herself a little spot near a window up high in the rafters and, like, hang her sari out to dry. And she's also gonna take out the rock and she's just gonna kind of sit there with the rock for a minute.
Okay, so yeah, you find a nice little spot. You're able to put your clothes
So
out
I can
to dry
see
and
this
drip.
happening out
yeah,
the
and
window.
you're like poking your head out, and like you kind of thought like very energetic.
Yeah, just
Double clean.
but then like kind of like the sort of like the seriousness of like investigating the rock kind of like crosses your mind once more. And you sort of like peel it up. You slide it towards you, and you kind of like unravel it. You kind of just let it sit, and you're able to kind of like unpeel your bag around it.
Yeah.
The rock isn't just ice cold anymore. It just feels like a normal stone.
Feels like a rock.
Yeah, I mean it's cool to the touch, but not icy chill.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to have any scent either. It's a very neutral kind of like rock, and when it's benign, it almost looks harmless. Like it in a kind of comforting way. You sort of want to be like, I can take care of this. I can take care of the rock.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah, especially-
Make a wisdom check really quick.
Because, okay.
Um,
Yeah, anyway, continue with whatever's going
Yeah.
on
go
outside.
ahead.
Yeah.
He's sitting in a dark corner being weird. Also, her sari is, like, drying out.
You can
I'm
see
sure
like
it's
you can.
dripping on people a little bit.
I was just gonna say you can kind of like you just start making your way back into the tavern, and you kind of like this as you're walking
like a
back
drop.
in. You can kind of see something dripping from the rafters, and you look up, and
yeah,
sure
that
enough,
makes
you
sense.
see a little cattail kind of like wiggling, and then like her Vishka's sari like sit on the side. Several of the halflings are like looking up there, just kind of in amazement, just sort of staring at you.
Yeah, because she's sitting up there in just, like, her pants and top. She's not wearing the sari part.
Yeah,
Okay, let's see here. Okay, that's, you said wisdom check?
yeah. Just a little wisdom check for you.
Where are you? Oh, wait, that's just a regular one. That's not a skill set. Okay, wisdom. That's like a 12.
A 12? Okay. You sort of like, you find yourself kind of like huddled around the stone, and you kind of feel like this is weird. This is weird. You start to, like, stop doing it. And as you're kind of, like, peeling away, you see Torrin kind of, like, step in underneath you. You kind of can see... You can't see her very clearly. Like, it's like a really thick, like, stone, wood sort of, like, frame. Mm-hmm. But you can see her tail kind of, like, joyfully kind of, like, rolling a little bit.
Just cattail.
Yeah, you're doing the cattail. And you're like, okay... And as you kind of, like, get a better view, you know, you step further into the tavern, kind of looking upward, you see Visha kind of, like, awkwardly, like, pushing the rock kind of, like, away from, like, a deep embrace that she just had with it.
Okay, making a note of that.
Okay, and then can I cast comprehend languages on that thing? Because I really want to read those runes.
All right. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and cast the spell.
Okay, so she's gonna pull out a, sit there... No, let's just let go of the rock and just kind of, instead of sitting with it between her, she was sitting cross-legged.
Yeah.
She's gonna plop it in front of her instead of having it in her lap, and she's gonna root around in the bag, pull out some salt and a little bit of soot.
Yeah.
And, do some muttering, and so she can read the rock.
You-
So it says, what's it say here? For the duration, I can understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that I hear, and also any written languages that I see, but I must be touching the surface. Okay, so she's got her hand on the rock.
Yeah. So you got your hand on the rock.
Okay, cool.
You've cast the spell. You're sort of like, your fingers and your eyes sort of glow with sort of like a natural, like, soft silvery lines of arcana. And, unfortunately, you can't really comprehend or understand the language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're just kind of... In a weird way, as you're doing it, you do hear something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not like how the spell should work,
Mm-hmm.
but you do hear kind of like just whispering in your mind. Just kind of like... The words are muddled and feel like they're being spoken between like a thick plane of glass.
Oh.
Like, you keep pressing your ear further and further against it, but the words don't necessarily make sense, but there's definitely just sort of like a low, almost like a hiss of a whisper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I do, like, history and arcana check or something?
Yeah, do choose one of those. Choose one of those.
Okay, which one do I have a better thing on? Because if it's a magical item, I might be able to at least identify something about it, even if I can't read it. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so... No, investigation check wouldn't work on that, right? 'Cause it's
No,
just
yeah.
the thing, yeah.
It'll just kind of tell you what it looks like and if there's any, like,
Oh, okay,
notches
there
or
it is.
something.
There you go. So we have religion or arcana? Or
Uh,
history?
Choose any of the knowledges, and I'll give you different context depending on your role.
Okay.
While she's looking that up, I do want to. I want to make one note.
Yes.
While Torrin was cleaning his scales, you saw where he got hit by Sanaz.
Ah,
The
yeah.
necrotic magic,
Yeah.
and the scales are looking a little weird,
Yes.
and that makes him uncomfortable.
They are definitely necrotic, and even if you pick at them a little bit, you feel some of it kind of like flaking off, almost as if turning a little bit into like kind of rotting away a little bit.
But he's not, like, still poisoned or anything.
No,
It's just
no.
that one section.
Yeah, it's just the
look,
section,
it's just-
and you can already
basically-
see that it's like growing underneath, like normal, because you do shed naturally, but it still is like kind of like a weird dull color, and even the scales underneath have kind of like little scarring from that.
Basically, his
Yeah.
scales got scarred by
Yeah.
the magic. It's not still affecting him,
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
but he has a visible mark.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's see. History.
I can't remember why I got hit though. Was it on the arm?
I think it was because it was like, the spell
it
like
was like a
grabbed
grab,
you,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah, so
Because you were like facing the other direction, and then like she cast the like
Yeah, so it
inflict
would've
on
been,
you, yeah.
on the upper
Yeah.
upper bicep.
Okay, so we're looking at going to do. Just trying to decide if I want to do not investigation, bleh. Religion, history, or arcana. It's a magic thing, but I'm gonna do a history.
History, okay.
You just like,
Nat
where
20.
did you...
A natural 20, all right.
So it's
Um,
29.
Yeah, okay, that's really good. All right, you stare deeply into it, and you realize something, like staring at this stone work, and you realize that while you've never seen this exact object before, you have seen the material, the stone work, and even the style of the carving. It reminds you of an ancient text that you looked at back in Utora that depicted the nation of Necronar's architecture. The stone work looks almost like kind of like a mix of like stone and sort of like in between stone and obsidian, somewhere in there. But the sharp angles,
So like lightning glass.
yeah, sort of like the sharp angles very much remind you of that same architecture. The rune work is different, but the material is definitely
Does the rune work
Necronari.
look like it was carved in later, or does it look like it was meant to be there?
It looks like it was carved in later, but at the same time, you're unsure what the difference in time frame would be.
Yeah.
Because, unfortunately, with these ancient Necronari stones, they were designed to kind of last forever.
Okay. And what the hell's a Necronari?
So what you know about the Necronari, and this is sort of a shared history in a lot of ways, is that they were the first major human civilization that also created necromancy in general. So
Gotcha.
what you know...
It's just a religious artifact for necromancy.
Yeah. It looks like it's old necromancy stone, basically. It's what you can sort of like say right now without like tomes and books around. Like your brain is just like, this looks like a stone, a part maybe of like an ancient Necronari artifact, perhaps.
Okay.
Pahokee.
Yeah. Oh, V also.
Oh yeah.
V's gonna pull out her little notebook and she's going to copy down the runes.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, but yes,
I'm gonna have you make a quick intelligence check. So I'll get back to you, Pahokee. The kobolds have rolled with you for quite some time.
Wonderful. I am now double clean.
Yes.
I have been fed. I am double clean. I suppose I shall look for my compatriots.
Yeah. You as you kind of like come up, they sort of like give you a little shake to kind of get the excess off, but you're kind of coated in a fresh, kind of like a light tan, like sort of sand-like
I understand
layer
the
now.
bathing. This is like a nice clean gritty.
Yeah,
As opposed to
clean
kind of
gritty.
the stinky gritty.
Stinky. You're able to kind of wander back into the tavern, and you see Torin and just sort of instinctively spot like Vishka's tail kind of like
To be
curling.
expected.
Yes, above. What are you guys gonna do now? So.
I just want to check what's up. Can I climb up into the rafters?
It'll be hard to do that, but you can certainly try.
Oh, because V's taller and she can jump higher.
Yeah.
That's...
Plus, you have an actual climb speed, so
Oh yeah.
like, she would
my
move at
climbing
half
speed
that.
is the same as
Yeah.
my fucking walking speed.
Yeah,
apparently.
exactly. Like you're an
You're
excellent
cat.
climber. Yeah.
Let's see. I have jump.
I was just gonna say, so she has a new ability because of
there
the
you go.
Seder race. Go ahead and make a jump check.
I am gonna make a jump check.
Anyway, I got 17.
17,
On the
okay.
intelligence.
Alright, you begin to kind of like copy the rune work down, and you're pretty satisfied with what you see. And then you look at the stone again, and you realize that what you've copied down is completely different from what the stone shows. And you sort of instinctively, tear out that page, and you do it again.
Well, she definitely keeps all of
Oh,
it.
okay.
She keeps...
So you keep the page, and then you try it again, and you're satisfied. You're like, this looks good. But then when you stare at it one to one next to each other, it's different.
I'm going to flip back to the first page and back to the second. Are the two pages I copied the same?
Yes,
Okay.
they look almost identical.
Okay, so, okay.
But so somehow you're unable to scribe this exact symbols.
Okay.
I rolled a 12 for. Well, it's with dexterity, right?
Yeah. Let me double check. Okay. Do you want to run? It's strength actually.
Oh, it's strength.
Yeah. Do you want to run? Because if you get a run, you get to jump a number of feet up to your strength modifier, but you get an extra D8 to that.
Oh, so it's still 12
12. So
plus a D8.
yeah, plus a D8. Oh, it's your strength modifier. So you can jump.
Yeah.
So okay, so you have 2. So roll a D8. Roll a D8, and that's how many feet. Plus 2 is how many feet you can jump up.
5.
So you can jump up 7 feet.
How
So
high up am I?
you're probably about 10 feet up.
Okay.
But you can probably grab onto one of the cross beams.
Listen, I'm okay if all I can do is just go.
As you're kind of like checking yourself, suddenly you like kind of look up, and then you kind of hear the as you guys both look down, and you see Pahokee kind of putting their arms up and then getting back.
Superman.
Yeah, and then suddenly running and then leaping way higher than a creature their size should be able to. They fly up 7 feet and then grab onto one of the side panelings.
One of the bars. One of the beams.
Basically, Pahokee is like just about 3 feet under you, and you just hear the woof, the foundation kind of like shake a little bit as like they climb up. You're hanging from the frame right now, part of the frame. You're not quite up to where Vishka is. She's just like a little like a plank above you, but you're still up there.
My sari's hanging down. Saris are 12 feet.
I mean, I could reach.
Yeah.
I thought you hung it
there.
outside though. So
No, it's hanging off a beam inside where I am.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
it's dripping on people.
I'll just reach for whatever's. I'll just go.
I'll let you just pull yourself up because it's not like a dynamic thing. Eventually, you kind of hear this, and then Pahokee sort of flumps upward and joins you.
Okay.
Back to the rafters.
She's like,
How's it going? Have we learned things?
Yes and no.
I would say Emil's gonna fly up since I don't think I can climb up there, and kind of just perch in front of them and kind of hop around on the beam.
all right, yeah. Emil kind of hops up. Emil's on the opposite side of where the stone is. Like this, like you, the stone, Pahokee, and then Emil on the opposite side of the stone.
Okay, and then my sari's just stretched
Yeah, and
out.
your sorry just out, stretched.
So it's like, okay. So it's like, oh. So I'll see Emil and go, oh. And I'll look down and like, oh. Yeah, okay, everybody's back.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, you're back. Oh, whoops.
Time to get back.
So she's going to very, very carefully. Well, she's going to pull out some spare fabric and tie that rock up because she's like, this thing still creeps me out.
Oh yeah.
So she's gonna tie up the rock in a fabric. And
Yeah,
then,
some sort of like excess cloth or something.
Yeah, and
wrap it up.
Yeah, try and fold up her sari a little bit, which silk dries pretty quick. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'll say it's like been an hour or so, because like you guys ate and bathed, so I figured there's like
All right.
time.
So yeah, V's gonna pack her
Yeah.
things back up, and she's just gonna carry the sari. Well, she's gonna fold it up and just throw it around her neck like a big, huge scarf thing and climb down because she has to put it back on. And it's gonna be hard to do up there.
Yeah. All right, so
So she's coming downstairs.
so Vishka begins to kind of like
some
climb
shorts
down.
and a the choli.
Yeah.
So I've got my choli and my shorts on.
Perfect.
Basically running around in my underpants.
It's a good thing.
It's
She's
a good thing. So Pahokee, you're up there.
So where
Emil
where,
is, like,
where
watching
is
this episode.
Torrance? Like, is he like?
Yeah,
He's
what are
coming
you doing?
inside in just his just regular shirt that kind of ends here, like at the elbow, and just his regular pants.
Oh,
Yeah.
so V is gonna like make. She's gonna look at Pahokee for a second. Do you need help getting down?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. And she's gonna just kind of cross the beams and pop down onto the like balustrade thing.
Yeah, sure.
Upstairs where the rooms are.
Yeah, you
Pop
can
down there.
march your way over. You'll basically skipping the stairs.
Yes. Well, that way. So that way, I'm like up there when Torrin gets up there.
Yeah. They do you guys want to meet back up in the room?
Sure, I can just walk along the beams and probably find a hole.
I would say yes, but Torn is basically going to open the door as far as it will go and just sit in front of the door.
Okay, kind of just leaning
Like,
at
in the room, but leaning
like the
against
threshold.
the door because
Yeah.
he still doesn't really want to close it if they've been locked in this room for 3 days and
Yeah.
they don't know why. So he's just kind of sitting against the door, like keeping it open.
You're doing the cool lean. You find that Ka has sort of rejoined you. Ka's doesn't have their gear. They're kind of just sort of like in casual outfits. Like there's no armor on. But you know he looks pretty healthy. He looks good. He kind of comes inside and says, "Ooh, good. Everyone here say long time ago that you need rest. So Ka respect this. But when Ka check up on you later that evening, you barricade doors and windows. But so call out and you say, no, adventurers need to rest. Come back later. Ka visits every day the same. Ka respects your wishes. But now Ka realized should have broken in.
You should always go with your gut, Ka.
I will say anytime we're resting, if it's been more than 8 hours, just check on us. It'll be fine.
Ka, sorry.
Oh, it's alright. You didn't know.
There was no way you could have gotten through our barriers. They were too strong.
Ka nods.
They were definitely set up too high for him anyway.
Torin thinking of the one that just kind of fell off the window.
Yeah.
Yes, very strong.
V's gonna be just like doing the sorry wrapping just for like 5
Yeah,
fucking
you're
minutes.
just like...
Because I'm putting it back on.
Yeah, exactly.
But
You're putting on your
Well,
clothes.
it's 12 yards of fabric.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Because the dhoti sari requires more. And
Because it's got to wrap all the way around.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she likes it
So-
drapey, so.
Yeah,
She's
you're
just,
kind of
like,
doing that. You're
doing
kind
the-
of just having
start
like
doing the
conversation,
talking and
yeah.
clothing yoga.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. No matter what I do, I could never get my sari on right. Like, it's so hard. It takes me like 5 tries, and even then, it's not
Oh,
good.
sorry. Hit the table.
V knows what she's doing. I don't.
Yeah.
That's what
Your
she
character
needs
knows.
for.
Yeah, exactly. My character knows what to do. All right.
I would say if we're all kind of sitting in there at first, I'm just going to ask, Ka, was that the only thing we said every time you came to check on us?
Ka sort of thinks for a moment, and then kind of nods. Like, yeah. Ka asked if you want food, but you keep saying you have rations.
That we didn't eat.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything else in the room?
Ka shakes his head.
Interesting.
And it was just us the whole time.
Ka check on you every day.
And while this conversation's happening, V's gonna go around and start uncovering the reflective surfaces, and just giving the room a good once over now that they're like all fed and not mushy brained.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay, yeah. So this is happening as she's just walking around.
Yeah.
In her
just
freshly wear,
can't-
sorry.
Perfect.
Does anybody, really remember the last 3 days?
I do not. However, I am familiar with this kind of feeling, but there's usually some sort of mushroom involved. And I'm usually in the forest, and I'm never sure of the number of days. So I guess it really isn't that similar.
As far as I know, we didn't eat any mushrooms.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is definitely more foggy than the one time I got drunk at a lizard folk lunar party. That was... By the way, if they ever offer you anything called blood ale, only have one. Only have one. It's very good.
Very good. We only have one. You saying this as you're like kind of like unsheathing
Yeah,
the
only have one!
only got one. All of the windows have been split, like have like kind of like broken splitters and
Okay,
whatnot.
so all of the mirrors and stuff
Yeah,
are
all the
cracked.
mirrors. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah.
Did either of you hear voices when you were trying to dispel that rock?
Yes, Sandigan up in the rafters when I was trying to decipher it, yes.
Okay, good. It's not just me.
No.
Ka seems
Could you-
confused.
Could you understand them at all?
No, it was like, when somebody is... when your next door neighbors are having a row, and you can kind of hear them through the walls?
Or kobolds in your ceiling? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. There were words,
that
but
one.
they didn't, they weren't coming through, just, yeah. So no, I couldn't understand it. There wasn't any words involved.
This is very creepy, and I am very uncomfortable right now.
I don't think
Yeah.
anybody's happy about this now.
No.
So, Ka.
And that's one of the rocks that we dug up, right?
No, that's the glowing rock from the egg room.
Yep, that's the.
Oh, it's that
yeah,
rock.
it's that rock. That's the
Got it.
rock.
That is
Yeah.
not what I thought.
It's the
Yeah.
evil rock from the egg
I thought it
room.
was
Yeah,
one of the
it's-
gate stones. Okay, I got it.
No, the gate stones
No,
are all
those are
still...
gone, yeah.
Right.
This is the
Oh,
rock from
good.
the
It's
egg room.
rock
the,
that
it's
you
the
guys,
evil
like,
glowing
shot out
rock
of the
that
air.
I shot out of the air.
Yes, I don't like that thing. It's definitely creepy and weird, and I'm not sure what it is.
Well, so Ka, what did you do other than the past couple days, other than try to get us out and?
As you say that, you find that the three of you are standing inside the room again. And,
In-
Pahokee, you, turn, as in, like, you're no longer in the threshold. Pahokee, you turn and speak to Ka, and Ka has been unraveling the stone.
No.
And
Ha!
he's
Yeah,
picking it up. And he goes, this isn't good! And then as he says it, you guys feel sort of like a weird drunkenness.
Not
Suddenly
again!
the room begins
Oh,
to
good.
swirl, and then you guys find yourselves sort of like almost like trapped in kind of like a weird slow motion. You're kind of like in the motion of like pulling the cloths down and pulling your clothes up, but now you're like confused and dizzy, and you're kind of like looking around, and you see almost like in slow motion things happening. Torin, you're kind of like reaching out. You're like, no, Ka, not the rock. But now you don't remember how to walk very well. Your legs are kind of noodly, and you're sort of falling to your knees, but it feels like you're being flown into the sky almost. Pahokee, you kind of like turn around, and as you're speaking to Ka is sort of like swaying with the stone, which is now kind of glowing with a strange light, similar to earlier, but now brighter and more vivid. It's like swirling outward, almost like a green stream, several streams kind of spinning around into the room.
Oh dear, what do I smell?
You don't smell anything, and
That's
that's
good.
what's freaky for you, especially like there's no scent. In fact, all scents are muted at this point. Like your sense of smell is gone.
Now, so we're aware that this is happening this time.
Yes.
It's just weird.
It's just super weird.
Am I able to cast any kind of magic at all right now?
No. But hang on a second. Sorry. Let me get one thing out for you.
Because I was like, you do have a dagger.
I have a knifer.
And a crossbow.
Alright. You guys suddenly, like, as this is all going down, sort of the edges of your vision begin to sort of darken, and then slowly all the light kind of, like, fades away.
No.
And you guys find yourself in a blackness. And you're unsure of your body. It feels like you guys are in, like, the sensory deprivation, like tanks. And you guys feel kind of, like, light and floating in icy cold ichor of some sort.
That's bad.
Your body's sort of like it's in your control, and you have thoughts, but it's hard
It's like
to
moving in molasses.
Yeah, it's like moving in molasses, and it's also like you're so confused. It's cold. It almost feels like you fell through into an icy lake.
Ew.
And suddenly you stare up at the familiar sight of a tavern you've never seen before. This large 3-story building looms overhead, but offers kind of like a strange comfort to the three of you. Especially since this icy, cold, misty forest is not offering any reprieve for your condition.
Bum.
The three of you are standing outside, staring forth. It is cold night, and it's dark. The moon is full overhead, but even so, the light doesn't seem to penetrate very far because the forest around you is covered in thick, hazy fog. The building before you, like, there are windows, and it's and you can see that, like, light is flickering inside, as well as the sound of merriment and like the clanking of tankards and the singing of off-tune people, like off-tune singing in solidarity can be heard from within. It's just the noise and busyness of an excitable tavern. Sort of a but you guys are outside in the cold. Before you, you're standing in front of the door, right
Where's
there,
Ka?
of the
Did
tavern.
I get my coat back before this happened?
So you guys are all wearing your standard adventuring gear. It's in really good condition. Everything that you have is in your possession. You can even kind of like look around. You see your rings are equipped. Your weapons are at the ready. They've been cleaned. Everything is in pristine condition. And basically all of your stuff is there. The only thing is that, like, if you check your bag, the stone seems to be missing.
Did they take away my
but-
clean
But that's
grittiness?
because Ka was holding it.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been my bag.
Yeah, there
Is
you
Ka
go.
with us?
No, Ka's not there.
Fuck. Did they take away the clean grittiness?
Yes. But your ghillie suit is in perfect condition. It's like it's vibrant green. It looks really clean. It's very fresh.
Are we still confused?
Too fresh.
You guys aren't confused.
Well, I mean, obviously we're like, where the hell are we? But-
Exactly. You guys don't know where you are, but you guys feel great.
Are we back in control of our faculties?
Yes. You guys can move around now.
This
okay,
is not a
You all
tavern
saw that,
room.
right?
V's gonna turn around and punch Torn right in the chest.
Make an attack roll! Make an attack roll! Oh my god!
I love it.
Well, do I have to add anything to that?
Yeah, proficiency bonus. So D20 plus your proficiency bonus.
9.
9. Okay.
Doesn't hit.
Suddenly, Vishka tries to punch you, and you barely take a step back, and she just goes woof and misses.
And she was like, okay.
Oh wait, what's your dexterity?
My dexterity?
Yeah.
Why?
No,
I
just
thought it was my armor class.
it is, but this will determine if she hits you or if you dodge it completely. What's your dex bonus?
+1.
Oh, okay. And you got a 9?
Yeah, after the bonus, yeah.
Okay, never mind. So yes, you just dodge it completely. There's like a difference between like if you hit somebody
And it,
but
like,
don't do
lands.
damage
Oh,
versus
okay,
like
gotcha.
dodging them. I kind of wanted to give a different
To see
description.
if it dodged
Yeah.
or not.
So you
Okay,
just
I
sort of
gotcha.
step back and she like kind of takes a wild swing. You're not very good at swinging with your fists or claws, but you're just like
What the hell?
I was like, okay, fine. You hit me.
why?
So I know I'm not dreaming.
She's got a point. I hit her.
Kahoki, you can use your headbutt ram if you want.
Yes,
I do. Headbutt me right in the butt cheeks.
Pop in front of a tavern, just repeat the
Just
crap
make a
out of me.
strength roll.
I'm,
Plus your proficiency bonus.
so I just rolled, that's an 11, and then my proficiency bonus is a +3.
Plus
Oh my god, this is amazing.
5 actually. So 16. Does a 16 hit you?
Let's see. Hold on. It's my which one is it?
It's your armor class.
Armor class.
Oh,
yeah,
my AC is 15.
Okay, so
So that hits.
suddenly Pahokee runs into you with her. Like it looks like it's just her head, but just as the moment of impact, you feel that it's her horns. She
Just
rams
the
you.
butt.
Deal a D6 plus your strength damage.
Alright.
Just got hit by a ram.
2. And then
4.
4.
Okay, so you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage,
Oh,
and
crap.
it's almost surprising just because it's like, woof, especially since you thought Torin was gonna hit
Are
you.
you dreaming? Do
I need to go again?
Oh,
Just said the rubber ass. Okay, nope, this is very real. Thank you, Pokey.
I'll check
You know, I
again.
could have just pinched you. You didn't have to try and punch me.
You should listen to a way's work.
Torin, get over here!
No!
Torin, are you?
it's your turn.
God, I'm gonna ask Emil to give me a light peck. See if I
Emil's
feel
not
it.
there.
Crap! Okay.
Yeah. You reflexively, without even looking at your compatriots, kind of like pet where Emil is, and Emil's not there.
Okay, I was panicking before. I don't have my bird. This is not good. I'm just gonna start
Torin's like,
hyperventilating.
yeah, Torin. Oh,
Listen, Torin, I wake up in places where I don't know where I am, what's going on, and sometimes who I am. Not all that often the last one, but you're doing exactly the right thing. We need to panic harder, Vishka.
V's had her moment of panic and is now just like trying to like make her fur go back down.
yeah. Your tail is just naturally like puffed up, and it's like hard to control.
Right, so
Like,
I'm just sitting there just trying to like
Yeah.
flatten it.
Torin doesn't have his emotional support animal. He's not okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh no.
She's just gonna be like, this works for me, and just like waves her tail at him
Just
from
like,
her hand.
He's just gonna grab the end of his tail and just gonna hold it.
I see.
It's nice holding a warm, fuzzy thing.
Well, for
No,
him,
my
it's
tail.
Oh,
I'm
your
holding my
tail. Oh, your tail.
Yeah, no, because V's currently just like.
You
fine.
guys don't wear shoes. You have tails.
Right, anyway, because I was just like, this works for me. Because she
helps a
curls
little
up around her
bit.
tail sometimes.
Yeah.
Alright, she's done fluffing,
My tail's
trying to
fine
unfluff it.
for
She's like,
grabbing.
okay, that's just how it is.
You don't have her kobold. I don't have my bird. It's this weird fucking tavern.
It.
And
You
it
know,
does
as much
feel
as I like
very
magic,
strange.
sometimes I hate magic.
Yeah.
I have a
I hate
plan.
magic.
We've replenished our 3 breakfasts, but we haven't replenished 3 lunches yet. I'm scared, and that's a tavern, and it... Food? That's how tavern work, right?
I guess it sounds like people are in there.
Yeah. There is a wooden sign sitting splintered on the ground in front of you. Above it is a rusted, rickety lantern that's barely lit, kind of like showing where the open door, not the open door, but the closed door is to denote the entryway.
Since I'm kind of bent over anyway, can I read the sign?
You look down at the sign. It looks like the words are still kind of there, and most of the pieces are kind of within view, and it just says "The Tavern in the Mists."
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Sounds like a weird, evil, mystical tavern.
not aiming at anything. I'm just gonna kind of aim off to the side and cast Spark Bolt.
Okay.
Anything happen?
Yeah, arcane energy is still at your command, and you feel the little zap, just the little zap of lightning rush out and whip the ground.
Okay, so I still have magic. That's something.
Yeah.
What the? Yeah.
There's a bug flying about.
Oh no! Sorry.
Yeah.
They're coming for me. Sorry. The cat's desire to escape.
Oh yes, the kitties are outside there.
Yes. Can you move that big tree over a little bit just so we can see the miniatures better? It's more just there for fun. There you go.
There we go.
Perfect!
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Inside?
I suppose we must.
All
Unless you guys want to run the exact opposite way. What's behind us?
There's a large, thick, forested area just surrounding you. Again, the strange part is the oppressive, like, fog and the haziness of it.
Oh, is this like
Yes.
the black goo, well, hazy bit from the castle?
Kind of, but this seems almost not necessarily malicious. It seems almost like it's old. It's almost like Fey-like magic.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So it doesn't feel
It's
evil.
yeah, it doesn't
just-
feel. It's not a foreboding mist. It's more just a thick. Well, it is foreboding, but it's a thick mist.
Gotcha.
It doesn't seem to be magical in nature, though.
I
It just seems to be
see.
very thick.
Faye, you say.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You guys can try to run into the woods, though, if you guys want. It looks like there was some sort of trail as it kind of like leads up towards the tavern and then splinters off further into the deep woods. You guys are kind of like at the part where like kind of like obviously like it looks like footprints and people have traversed this area a lot, but now you guys are here.
Well, there's possibly luncheon in there. And there's possibly, well, I know there's luncheon out there, and I wave to the forest vaguely. I guess it's really up to you guys which one's more to your tastes.
Yeah.
And I just sort of start poking into the dirt with my stick to get, things a-going, looking for some worms. Waiting for decision.
So
We
there's
can go in. My vote is for going either direction.
in or into the woods.
Both are bad.
Both are bad. Well, I grew up around woods and there's animals out there and we don't really know where we're at and we're not sure what kind of creatures are out there. Meanwhile, in there is most likely some form of humanoids.
I mean,
We've had great luck
You
with them
you
lately.
can hear like people in there. Like,
Yeah.
There's a window next to you, by the way. There's a large window. These are like glass
Is it
windows.
open?
Yeah.
Oh, can I see it?
So as you approach, there is a bright light, probably some sort of hearth or like a fire pit. It seems to be blurring kind of like your exact vision. These are not clean windows. They are very muddied. So as you kind of like
Can't really see what's
yeah,
in
you
there.
can't really see what's inside. Do you want to touch the window or anything like that? And Pokey hears
No, because I'm remembering the
They just say
door.
No, come right here. I think just they know.
run into the woods.
I don't know. Torrent's in a weird place.
Yeah.
With weird magic. He doesn't have his bird. That stupid fucking stone did something. He's not comfortable right now.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
no idea what
Am
to
I
do.
able to roll like an investigation or passive investigation sort of thing just to like get a better idea of what this building looks like? Is it
Oh, yeah,
clean?
sure.
Does it seem
I'll
like
give it
there
for your
are horses?
passive. So it looks like there's no horses or anything like that. and as you kind
stable
of
for like
yeah.
all the people's.
It doesn't seem like there's a stable. It seems like it's just the tavern out here. And again, like there's a lot more foliage, but there's like these thick ancient trees all lining all around you. The path sort of winds and disappears into the forest, but it looks like there are a lot of like footprints and stuff like that. So it looks like people have been here. It's hard to tell if it's recent or not, and you realize that like part of it too is that it is actually very cold here, and in your kind of like looking at the building, it is old, and it looks like it's been around for a very long time. The wood, there's a lot of signs of disrepair, and it also signs that a kind of a clumsy hand tried to fix up some stuff, but isn't like the best at like the patchwork and whatnot. Yeah, there are. Yeah, you guys. The only thing of real note is that there seems to be a lot of foot traffic in the area. As you're beginning to investigate it, you guys kind of feel little cool droplets of snow as it slowly begins to kind of snow outside.
No, I don't have shoes. This is the only time of year I want shoes.
Yeah, it's,
Torin just kind of brings his
it's-
fur collar a little closer.
Like if the misty fog wasn't enough, it is also actually starting to snow.
Well, his coat's actually
Yeah.
built for.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're just like, you kind of
like I have a
tighten it
fur
up,
inline
yeah.
collar, so he's a little prepared.
Yeah.
All
Reese just
right.
gotta look up at Snugger.
All right.
Don't like
You
that.
know?
I guess I'm cold now.
All right.
I'm cold now.
All right. What else could go wrong? And I'm gonna go for the door.
door.
The three of you sort of like instinctively walk towards the tavern door. You reach for it, and you don't even remember this part, but you're inside now.
Oh,
So you're inside the little
I'm leading
hate
up the
this.
back, so I'm behind
Yeah.
both of them.
Okay.
is it
The-
warmer?
The interior is very nice and
Kinda like that?
warm. Yeah, it's actually really nice and warm. You can see kind of like a window off into the like corner over there, and you see that it's like blizzarding outside. In front of you is a circular table with two orcish fellows sort of sitting next to them. Somebody make a intelligence check really quick.
Ooh, Pahokee will do it.
Oh my god, Pokey!
Pahokee rolled a 5. That's a 5.
That's a 5.
Intelligence check. Okay, hang on. No, wait. This is this one. This is okay. That's my modifier. Okay.
20. Okay.
Oh damn.
I rolled an 18.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean that'll be enough.
That's good enough. Yeah.
You recognize the two orcs, two of the orcs at least. They're the orcs that you saw at the very beginning of the
The
campaign.
guys who ran off into the woods.
Yeah, they ran off into the Bellsong forest. Two of them, they seem to be sitting there, kind of like down on their luck. There were 3 orcs though. You do remember this part. There were 3 orcs before. Now there's just 2.
Oh yeah, because they were just like, "Fuck you, guy. We're going to the woods."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 2 seem to be a little bit down on their luck. They look pretty sad. One's got like his elbow on the table, his hand on his hip, kind of propped up, and he's kind of just rubbing his like head, almost as if nursing some sort of migraine or maybe just something else. The other orc is just kind of hands kind of like holding his head, just sort of staring down. Both of them have tankards of ale, and it seems like they're just sort of sad and
moping
downtrodden.
into
Yeah,
their
they're just
beer.
kind of moping in their beer. The interior,
I don't like this.
Again,
like this.
the interior is like really nice and warm, but it's
suspicious.
much quieter than what it seemed to imply from the outside.
Yeah.
Like you guys noticed that first off, as you kind of peer around, there's not a lot of people in here. There seems to be a woman behind the counter on the side. Two less than savory looking kind of like let's say like just sort of like less than savory fellows. Maybe brigands at the long table, and then sort of like a hooded figure off in the corner next to the stairs that lead upward to the second floor.
Ah, yes, Aragorn.
As you sort of step in, one of the orcs kind of looks up and kind of looks at you, sort of squints for a little bit, and then sort of shakes his head, and then kind of grabs his mug of ale and just starts to kind of like gulp it down. The other guy kind of like almost like comfortingly kind of like pats him on the side, and they sort of join together and have a few drinks together.
Can I turn and look at the door?
Yeah, you turn around and look at the door. It is it's closed right now, but you can hear the rattling of some sort of like of a blizzard outside, just sort of like snow, and you can feel the cool air kind of like slipping in underneath the like bottom of the door as like bits of snow slowly or kind of slowly flaking in right at the threshold.
I want to check something. I'm
Okay.
gonna go and try to go out the door.
You reach for the door handle, but then you find yourself just sort of turned around again, back where you were
Aw.
standing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's not good. We're stuck in here, aren't we?
Yep.
Oh.
Getting really sick of people playing with my brain. Great. What's the person behind the counter look like?
She seems to be like a tall,
Sorry.
sort of like a tall like a tan-skinned woman. She seems to be muscular, but kind of has a little bit of like a belly at this point. Wearing kind of like a long, like red cloak with just covering. It looks like it's some sort of like winter cloak, like a red winter cloak, covering like what looks like a standard, like sort of like an apron attire. She seems to be some sort of like bartender chef kind of person. As you're kind of like peeking in, she kind of like looks up and kind of like leans over and says, "Don't be shy. Come on in. You already made it this far. You might as well get a drink."
Oh dear.
She kind of pats the counter where she is and motions towards the stools that are set out in front of her.
I guess I don't really have another choice. We're stuck. I fling myself at the door just to check.
you say that, you turn around, you like ram it, but then you're just sort of standing back where you were.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna go get a big drink, please.
Just get up on the counter.
Yeah. The two of you follow Pahokee as they march over towards the counter.
Can I get on the stool? No.
Yeah, not quite. It's kind of like a little faux simile.
Haha. We're perfect.
She
Hookie's
looks
on the counter. Me and Torin go ahead and go to the bar normally.
The largest of your pints, please, ma'am.
She kind of like looks up at the three of you as you kind of like come into better view. You note that there's no torches or fire in here, but it still seems lit, as if there were.
Honestly, I don't think Pokey would even be concerned about that.
I'm pretty sure Torin's about in the mental headspace he was in the quiz chamber and is just kind of like, you know what?
Nope.
We're stuck! Yep, that sounds right.
The woman kind of looks at the three of you and goes, "Oh, not the weirdest bunch we've had, but good to have you."
Excuse me, where are we?
In the Tavern in the Mists. Didn't you read the sign?
I did. I'm more wondering where the tavern is.
It's in the mists, Torin.
The woman motions towards Pahokee. "You're in the mists, and this is my tavern in the mists." She pulls out a thing and says, "By the way, pint sizes are all standard."
Well, the biggest of the standard.
She looks at the two of you.
We're like,
It's
just
normal.
Hand it to her till it's the largest one.
It's the largest one.
Good.
She hands you each
I'm
empty
perfectly happy.
tankards.
Wait a second.
There's nothing in this.
The woman kind of leans forward and says, "Give it a second. You'll adapt. You'll adapt."
I don't want to adapt. I want to go home.
We all want to go home, but I live here.
Oh, great. Not gonna lie, Torin just starts laughing hysterically right now because he's like, oh my god, no.
The woman kind of points at Tar and motions towards the two of you and says, "I like this one. I like you. Good gumption."
Yeah,
So V's going to not react to the fact that her tankard is just empty and just kind of like, okay, and hold it like she'd normally hold one and just go, "So, could I get your name, please, Baki?"
She kind of smiles, sort of like tries to pick herself up a little bit to look a little bit more dignified, but then ultimately, like, laziness kind of like ensues and she kind of just slumps back down. "Name's Suhan, and this is my tavern."
Suhan?
Suhan. Yes. Oftentimes for folks who wander here, we end up becoming quite close. I tend to know most of my patrons, and so I'll be happy to know your names as well.
I'm called Viksha.
My naming is Pahokee, and I sip from the tankard.
As you sip from the tankard, a nice warm, your favorite sort of mix of ale kind of like slips down your throat, and you have like a big like little like frosty beard from like kind of like pulling out from it.
Yeah, that's what I expected. This place is weird.
And you?
Okay. Torin basically just takes a deep breath and gives himself a shake. He's like, okay, we're here, just fucking deal with it.
Oh!
What
The
happened?
light!
The light!
The light!
Did it get... Oh, did it get...
Did we nudge it?
I think I nudged it.
Oh no!
How do you turn it on?
Oh, there's a little switch. Yeah. Hit the on button, that's the bottom one.
Oh,
there we go.
There we go.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
I didn't realize that thing under my foot was doing things.
Okay, anyway. He's kind of trying to shore himself up. He's just like, I'm torn.
Oh, Torin, alright, excellent. Well, you're
Excuse
here
me,
in
do
the
you know
mist.
the orcs at the table back there?
She kind of leans in and says,
Whichever way they are from me?
oftentimes, yeah. We try not to point out other guests between each other, you know? It's a little matter of privacy. People find themselves in the mists for one reason or another, and sometimes their business is their own. But if you'd like to interact with them directly, please, by all means. I just find that I shouldn't be the middle person for all of
I
this.
guess I was just wondering if you knew what happened to the third person in their party.
A third?
They had a third originally.
She kind of leans over and kind of looks at their table and is like, that could be why they're sad.
I'll ask.
I just hop off and wander over.
Pokey, you jump down, you grab your tankard, and you saunter
Splash,
over
splash, splash.
to the orcs.
What up? Back. Wait, is this the orcs?
No, those are
Oh.
the orcs are the ones in the red.
Well, that's where I went.
Pokey goes to the table behind you.
I'm
So
not
the
taking
two
it back.
almost like thief-looking characters.
Oh,
They
yeah,
look pretty
okay.
shady, and you just sort of hop on their table.
What's up, guys? Because as you know, I rolled a 5 earlier. I don't know who the hell you guys are talking about.
That's true.
One of the people kind of gives you a narrowed light. Yeah, both individuals have really pale, kind of pasty skin. They're dressed in combat leathers. One of them has several knives just strapped to their chest and like all along like their like pants. They just have a lot of knives on him. The other one seems to be just carrying a large spiked club.
I
he goes-
see.
The one with the spiked club kind of leans in and says, "What are you?"
I am Pahokee, and I take a deep sip from my thing, and I look him in the eyes, and I'm like, I see that you're missing someone close to you.
He he gives a strange glance over to his buddy with the knives. The guy behind you, kind of speaks up and says, "You're pretty sharp for a fuzzy thing." And he puts a few daggers on the table in front of you. "How do you know anything about our business?"
Oh, I know many things. Pahokee takes a dagger, stuffs it in a pocket.
The guy with the club, his mouth is just agape, and he's like, "Hey, knives. I think our little friend here just stole one of your knives."
Anyways, so the point is, tell me about them.
Not
I can see they're gone.
make a diplomacy check. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what I expected.
10.
A 10?
And then, I don't know.
Charisma, I think.
Charisma?
Wait, is diplomacy persuasion?
Oh,
'Cause I
persuasion.
don't have diplomacy.
Oh yeah. Persuasion. Yeah. Sorry.
So persuasion is charisma, and I have a +3, so a 13.
Okay, 13. Knives looks at you and goes, "Huh." Kind of stands up, says, "I don't think I'm gonna tell you anything. In fact, I think what I'm gonna do is borrow some of that hedge."
Oh.
Okay, Torn
He
gets up
holds
and starts
up
walking
two
over.
of his knives.
Torn at this point is gonna start walking over. Excuse my little bush friend here, we mistook you for somebody we knew.
From the back, V's just gonna yell, "She's crazy!"
The guy with the knives kind of looks up, kind of sees you, sees Vishka behind.
She's still sitting. V's
Yeah,
still
okay.
at the bottom.
Okay, yeah,
Just back there, she's crazy!
Don't worry, she's just crazy!
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh no, I'm afraid of my dice. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. What is my persuasion? Oh, it's pretty. Frick, I'm on the wrong page. No!
Oh, no!
Sorry, 1 second. Skills. Okay, where's my persuasion check? Oh, that would be a 26.
Oh, okay, wow. All right.
I have a +7 to persuasion, apparently.
You see the one
Because you're charming.
that seems to be knives, kind of like lowers some of his knives. Yes. You're the keeper of this thing?
Nobody is Pahokie's keeper. And then I turn to the guy with the spiky flail
Yeah,
thing.
the club.
And I'm like, listen, I can tell that you're hurting and that you're missing someone dear to you, but you don't have to stay with somebody who tells you what to do.
Make another persuasion check.
As I'm drinking heavily.
Okay, all right. Let's go.
4,
Behind them, I'm going to be making this motion.
5, 6, 7.
Oh, jeez. Club doesn't seem impressed. In fact, he's like, listen, I'd love to share this with you. So, and he swings his bat at you.
God damn it.
And bar fight.
What's your AC?
My AC is 12.
Somehow, you duck underneath the club as it smacks against the wall behind you. Go and roll initiative.
Oh, God, no.
I just wanted to bring friendship.
V's just sitting at the bar looking at Suhan like, I'm so sorry. Every time.
Suhan kind of just goes,
Don't,
this happens.
don't worry, guys. I rolled a 1.
My God.
17.
17?
20.
20, okay. So it looks like combat is going to be Torin, the two guys, Vishka, and then finally Pahokee. Alright, Torin, they look like they're fighting now. Knives has picked up his knives and is like motioning to stab at Pahokee from behind.
Cool.
Healthy.
I mean, you did seal his knife.
Yeah.
You don't even use metal weapons. You put him out.
Yeah, that's true. He was offering.
I don't know what we're gonna need, so to the guy doing the club, okay, so I'm gonna turn to the guy swinging the club,
Yeah.
be like, I really don't think you want to do that, and I'm gonna cast Spark Bolt
Okay.
at him. Okay, oh my god, math in my brain.
Math time.
21!
20. Yeah, oh, that hits.
13 plus 8.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That's only 2d10. Okay, which ones are d10s? Are these d10s?
Yes.
Okay. That is 9
Whoa.
9 points of damage.
Alright, you zap him for 9 points of damage. He, like, kind of spits a curse out and, starts to kind of, like, basically just spits a curse out. Do you want to move anywhere?
I am going to... Oh, crap, I can't because it was a cantrip.
You can't just float away.
I can't just float away!
Yeah.
Am I in that guy's range?
Yeah, they're both kind of in attack of opportunity range.
Crap. Okay, well, I
Wait,
guess...
does he still have mage armor up from
I
earlier?
do.
Yeah.
Don't I?
Okay.
Yeah. You do.
Okay. I didn't know if I would.
So
actually,
that
'cause
was
it's
going to
an
be
8
another
hour
reason I
thing.
wanted to ask, because if you hadn't dodged it, then Vishka would have hit the mage armor. That's why I. That's actually
Okay.
why I asked.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's why she was aiming at him, because she figured, well, if it hurts, it'll hurt me,
Yeah.
and then it's real.
And then it's real. Yeah.
That was her logic.
I'm not a good spotter.
No,
You know what?
you guys are all
Fuck
in
it.
close.
I'm moving back to the bar, and I'm gonna hop up right here next
Alright,
to me.
you-
So
Tell
you're
us that-
on the bar, and she's,
I'm hopping on the bar
V's-
like this.
V's watching this, like,
I'm
prepared,
probably gonna get hit.
but she's also, like, just swinging her beer right out of the way.
Yeah,
of
you're
his
just
tail.
pick up your-
She's like, oh, shit. And then, is there something in it now?
Yeah. You're,
So I pick it
yeah.
up and slosh it.
Yeah, you pick it up and then it's like heavier than normal, but you slosh a bunch of ale around.
Also, note I did not touch my tankard.
Oh, okay, all right.
don't
She
drink.
hasn't drank.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and V hasn't drank anything out of it because she wasn't sure about it. But and now there's like, oh, then there's something in it now.
And now there's something.
So I'm assuming I take 2 attacks there.
Yeah. So both knives like seize an opportunity and the club guy, and they kind of swing at you. Ooh, what's your AC right now? 14?
That's currently 14.
Okay. Club hits you.
What did he roll?
He rolled an 18.
Shield.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so as you're rolling back,
So
Club
now my AC is
swings
19.
his So you pull up like shield as your reaction, and it kind of bounces his club off, and he kind of spits it because like, damn magic! Yeah.
Because everything I do
Yeah.
sparks.
But yeah, exactly. So it's like a little. As you kind of like do that, unfortunately, Knives rolled a natural 20
Oh,
and
no!
sees an opportunity and stabs you just right in your side, like right
Okay.
between the ribs.
Cool. Awesome.
You feel a stinging pain.
Alright, so yeah, as Torin hops up on the counter, V's standing up, grabbing the
Yeah.
beer, sloshing it everywhere. It's just like, oh, Jesus, okay.
Huh?
Oh, is that
Okay,
one?
you only take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, that could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. That was not. I thought it was gonna be way more intense.
Alright.
I rolled a 1 on the damage.
He still stabbed
Yeah,
me!
he gets it. Oh, sorry. And there's a little.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
And you take an additional 2 points of poison damage.
Well, they're
Fucker's
not
poisoning
very nice. But Hoki's just sitting there sipping their beer. And
Yeah, Poki's like, oh. Vishka, it's your turn. You can join the fight. You don't have to. As far as you can tell, they're not attacking you.
Well, yeah, but she's just like,
Hey, I tried, man.
oh, she's just gonna look at the bartender for a sec and just kind of.
The bartender shrugs.
Is that
too.
your turn?
Well, no, she's just gonna like. She's just okay. I'm gonna take that as the go ahead to just continue bar fight.
Sure, yeah.
Because the bartender's like, well, okay. Okay, so how are these two dudes doing? We got Stabby here, and then we got.
Then club.
Okay, but they're both.
I
they're
have
both,
hit the dude with the club.
Yeah, you
Okay,
hit club, so he's taking damage.
He's a little bit like, hey.
Yeah, he's got a little singe mark on his like shoulder.
V is standing there.
It could have been way meaner, man.
Yeah.
V's standing there, somewhat with like just one arm soaked in beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Just. Really, asshole? Really? And she's gonna do vicious mockery at Knives.
And Knives, alright.
She's just so she's just gonna just swear at him a whole bunch and just be like, "Are you an idiot? Really, an idiot? Really, really? Oh my god! Of all the things you could possibly do, really, picking a fight." Ugh. She's just doing her very most. I'm not angry.
Hey,
I'm just disappointed.
Just
mother.
disappointed, yeah.
Oh, mom at it.
Yeah, just disappointed mom. Just here, really now.
Alright.
Anyway, so yeah, clicks her tongue at him and just disappointed mother, and that is okay. They got to do a wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC?
Oh, that's my DC.
Yeah.
Mm,
He rolled a 19, or he rolled a 17, has a +2, so he's got 19.
what's my DC?
Should be at the top of your spells page.
Yep.
Oh, spells page.
Yeah, it'll have your save DC at the top of your spells.
Yeah, it'll say save DC. Oh.
Careful.
I can also check it, I think.
I'm figuring out
How app work?
how app work
How
indeed.
is up?
Usually when you pull up your spells, it just has it on the top.
Oh, my spells.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
spells
yeah.
page.
Sorry. Okay. So I have a.
Oh, sorry, I said spells.
So, okay, so my DC 14 plus 6 on spell attack plus 3 modifier? I don't know what that means.
What? No, it's just your DC.
Okay, that's.
It just says save DC.
Yeah,
that's
save
four-
DC, yeah.
That's 14.
Alright, so he makes it.
Hold on. Must succeed or. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't, yeah. Oh, because that's a cantrip, right?
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so he resists it.
Dang it. He's disappointed his
Yeah.
mother too many times.
He's like, Mama didn't raise me, so I don't have one.
Well, she's not pretending to be his mom. She's just putting on the
Yeah,
voice.
yeah. Pokey, it's your turn.
It's my turn. I thought they went before me.
They had reactions.
Oh, that's right, they had
actually go-
reactions. In fact, they should have gone before Vishka.
Because those were
Alright.
those were attacks of opportunity.
Club charges Torin, by the way.
great.
Turns and charges.
Oh, okay, so V would just pretend she didn't go, I guess.
No. Well, I mean, we'll just use your turn. You'll just go
go
before him.
retro.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, Pahokee, you got an attack of opportunity against him because he just charges.
An attack of opportunity, you
Yeah.
say?
Comes up here.
You can use your skunk thing, or you can just use your normal like melee attack.
Well, I was just gonna go poison spray. Because it's instantaneous.
Oh, but that's a cantrip. You can't use that for attack of opportunity.
Oh, never mind. Well,
But you have the skunk charm, which allows you to poison them. Yeah.
I don't want to poison them yet.
You have to do a physical attack for a reaction. You can't cast.
Yeah,
a
so
spell.
you can
Well-
like swing your tankard or your stick at them.
Yeah.
Well.
But remember, you also have the war skunk charm, which allows you to use the poison spray, not the spell, but a poison spray as an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can give them a good fart.
I don't know if I want to poison them exactly for sure. Are there rafters?
Yeah,
Can I run?
sure.
Or can I only smack them?
You can only smack them.
Okay. I'll just go for giving somebody a proper bop on the head.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Because I don't want to poison anybody just yet.
It's just
still
poison
trying to-
damage. It doesn't poison them.
I know.
Okay.
I don't want to. They just let me bop somebody on the head.
Okay.
Okay.
You get your
Okay.
quarterstaff.
Okay, I'll smack Mr. Knife Boy because he's being naughty.
Oh no,
Oh, no,
it's
this
it's
is
the
a-
club guy.
This is a reaction
Yeah.
to the club guy because he's moving away from you.
Yeah. So
Okay, then it's the club guy. Okay.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
God.
roll for what'd you get?
I rolled a 9.
You don't hit him.
Okay.
Wait, you rolled a 9? What's your total that you get?
I don't know.
It's plus. So a melee attack is your strength bonus plus your proficiency bonus plus your roll.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought.
So
So
you got
that's,
rolled a 9 and you got a.
Yeah, 14.
All right, yeah, you hit him actually. So as Club is running away from the table, you able to smack him on the head
Yep.
with your staff, dealing 1d6 plus your strength modifier. So you deal damage.
Yes. This is yes.
1d6, and that's a 2, and then my strength, so 4.
So yeah, so you club him in the side of the head, and he takes 4 damage, but then continues his charge on you, Torin. And
Great!
what is your SC?
Currently, it is 14.
All right, he brings the club down on you, but it smacks against your mage armor and kind of bounces off a little bit. Knives, Nina, turns to you and try. Okay, he misses. Knives is like right next to you and just sort of stabs into you, but kind of his knife kind of hits nothing in your ghillie suit.
You can't have my jelly suit chunks!
Okay, it's your turn.
Alright. I don't know why you guys are being super mean, but you're being super mean.
And so, Pahokee turns into a bear.
Let's go grab the bear.
Where is the bear?
It's the bear in the bar fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Where is the bear?
Oh no, where is my bear? My bear!
Where did the bear? Did the bear get on the table at some point?
We don't see the bears.
Oh no! Oh well.
Here's
That's
a bear.
okay.
You know what?
Use the galaxy bear.
Yeah.
No,
We'll
no.
use the galaxy bear.
Galaxy bear for the mists. I'm still on top of the table. I don't know if that creates a problem for the table.
But now there's
You
a
create a bear.
800-pound bear.
And sure enough, as you transform into the bear, as a free action, you do break the table and kind of flump to the ground. So now you're in difficult terrain. You have to use twice as much movement to move.
That's fine.
But you're a bear.
I'm a bear!
They have so much movement, I imagine.
You can swipe at the guy. He's right next to you.
Arg, be nice! And I just go whoop.
Just kind of plop your big hand on his head.
Hold on, where is I need
There, I got my brown bear stuff. Okay, I don't want to do a multi-attack. I'm just gonna do claws.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do one.
Whoop.
because I want to just give him a whap. Make him stop.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
You hit him. Their AC is 11, by the way.
Oh.
It's my
So,
AC.
yes.
That's what I don't have the ring of protection on.
So that's 2d6 plus 4.
Jesus.
1, 2,
Okay.
Hey, we tried to be
4,
nice.
5, 6. Oh, it's a 10.
10 damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
No.
You give him the gentle no, and you just hear this croof as your claw tears down his, like, from his, like, shoulder, and just tears down across his chest. He's bleeding, and he kind of flumps to the ground.
And then I
Goes,
turn and I
"Ah."
look at Staff Guy and I go, humph, like a bear do.
Like a bear do.
Just intimidation. Humph.
Torin, it is your turn.
Alright, 1 second.
Okay, so Knives is down and bleeding, but he's alive.
He's alive, yeah,
he's just he's down. And
He's just
bleeding.
bleeding. And bear just exploded in front of him,
And then
just went
bang.
boom.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so to basically the club guy, because he's right on me. Okay, what I decided to do is I'm going to be like, look, we tried to apologize, back the fuck off, and I'm gonna turn and smack him with my tail and cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay, oh, that's cute. I like that. Give him a shocking grasp, yeah.
With the tail, that's cute.
That's an attack roll.
It is a body part.
Yeah, yes, it is.
18.
Oh yeah, you grab him. Your tail like wraps around his wrist, and suddenly discharge lightning. Yates, yeah.
Okay.
That would be 7.
Okay,
7 damage.
you just shock him. He goes, ah.
I'm trying to get him to back off.
So now we'll write it
Basically like
properly
a-
because now it's their
Stop
turn.
So he gets zapped.
The guy of knives kind of goes parlay, parlay, and he asks you to stop attacking him because you're a giant bear. Club, however, does not,
God damn it!
and
What I
swings
get for trying to get
again,
involved.
and oh my god, what the fuck?
Does he miss?
What did he roll?
He's been shocked, right? So Club throws the club to his offhand and then tries to hit your tail off, but then just catches his own hand with his spiked club, slamming it against the top of the counter. And you hear him just go, ah!
And Torin just kind of goes,
Ugh!
ow.
And he like lets go of the hammer, which with the club has spikes, and it's like stuck onto
Oh,
the
no!
counter.
So he's nailed
Yeah.
his hand to the counter.
He looks up at you and says, okay, okay,
Wonderful.
peace, peace. Ah!
Yeah, good call.
Combat over?
You did it!
Alright, as Pahokee, I pop out of bear form and I land on Knives and I aim my staff at him. I'm like, now tell us where your missing friend is!
Knives seems unbelievable. Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay.
Well, this is happening. V's
Are we back to Bush Hopoki?
Yep.
Yep,
okay.
apparently.
V's
I
gonna
popped-
like start
I roll-
removing her sitar from the side of the bag.
Okay, yeah, you start to pull it out.
Pull it out and like starts to sit on the floor with it.
Yeah.
16, 17, 18. I rolled an 18 and then I don't know what advantage means.
Oh, that means you can roll again and take the higher of the two
Oh.
numbers. So you rolled an 18?
Oh, and then 18, 19, 20. I rolled just 20. With everything.
Oh.
20.
Alright. Knives kind of like holds his hands up and he says, Alright, listen. The target got away, okay? We were just lamenting that we couldn't find it. He's not our friend. We were just paid to get him.
Well, that's not what we were asking about. And I turned to Torin and Vishka and I'm like, I don't think that he was friends with that guy.
I'm just gonna
You just-
sigh and hop off the counter next to the guy who's nailed his hand to the
Yeah,
counter.
he's kind of like on the ground now. He says, can one of you just pull it off? Free me?
Yeah, okay, right, on 3, 1, 2.
You pull it off, and you just hear meat just rip a little bit. He goes,
Oh! Sorry.
ah.
To be
Damn.
fair, I did tell you didn't want to do that. And then I'll put his club down.
The guy he just rips part of like some cloth that's like hanging from his belt. And he just starts to wrap his hand a little bit. Goes, you folks weren't kidding. Heavy hitters, huh? He kind of grabs his club and kind of slumps back to where he was.
Just they're sitting down on either side of the destroyed table
Yeah.
now.
Goes back to the table and kind of leans against the wall. Knives is sort of like he's like motioning if he's allowed to stand up because you still have like your staff on him, you know.
Oh. Eh.
I go away. I try to find my little tankard somewhere.
It's rolled underneath the splintered wood from the table.
Oh, perfect. I'll just grab that and continue
You
drinking from it,
grab
whether
it.
or not it has anything in it.
As you grab it, it has spilled out, but as you grab it, it kind of like is partially filled about the amount that you had drunk earlier.
Ah, yeah.
So you're able to like continue drinking.
But Hookie understands.
Yeah. The two thugs like seem very confused and kind of like give each other like really weird glances. Knives kind of picks himself up from the ground,
Because they're both bleeding
Yeah,
real
they're-
bad.
bleeding, slashed up, and they go, "You know what? We don't have to take this." He kind of like crosses the room and like motions towards a club to follow him, and the two of them leave. They turn the corner, and you hear the door open and close, and they're gone.
Huh.
Okay. Well, how come they get to leave?
I don't know. They
V's
said it
just
was
sitting
time
there
to
with their
go.
sitar going, well, I guess I don't need this out anymore.
Were you gonna heal him?
She was like,
You're like tuning in for the healing. And
I was
then,
like, oh, well, I guess it's out now.
by the way, you do have an extra dagger now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you just took a dagger.
Are you checking on the kitties? Oh, eggplant's under your desk.
Yeah, what's he doing? What are you
Doing?
doing, Iggy?
Sorry, shitty interruption.
She's creating rummaging noises.
She's creating a nest.
You have to worry when they rummage.
She's in the dark corner.
No.
She's just poking her head up, though.
Okay, so
Alright,
she's not
she's
found
good, she's
anything.
good. Alright, Suhan kind of pipes up, says, some people come and go, others have to stay for some time.
Don't suppose there's a reason for that. From on the floor. Because she's still sitting down with
Yeah.
the sitar, just deciding if she wants to go through the effort of putting it back.
I mean,
so she's just...
I did take 10 damage. I'm just putting that out there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yeah, so she's gonna just kind of... Yeah, alright. Yeah, so she's sitting on the floor fiddling with it still.
Kitty interruptions.
But yeah, I don't suppose you know there's a reason for that.
You see Suhan kind of lean over the counter to kind of get a better look at
And
you.
she just see there
Yeah.
my little cat ears
Yeah.
as I'm like fiddling with this giant instrument.
Look, the only thing I know is that I work at this tavern because I own it.
Oh.
Was the tavern here before you?
She kind of
Like, did you take
Rubs
over
her
ownership from somebody else, or
She
did you
kinda-
build it?
rubs her chin a little bit and says, I did inherit the tavern, didn't I? But it's mine now.
Fair enough.
I can see that.
As a druid of the wilds here,
Yes.
do I maybe know anything about a weird mystical tavern?
I'm gonna let you make a wisdom check.
Okay, I do have wisdoms. I rolled. God, I'm having shit rolls. That's a 6 and plus my wisdom, which is 3. That's 9.
In your travels, you understand that the Feywild is connected to many realms.
Yeah.
This is not necessarily one of those realms, but it also could be. You're not sure.
So what you're saying is this place kind of stinks of the man. Uh-huh.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Nice. Okay. Sorry. Just like the and yep. She's just like, well, I inherited it. That's super fucking helpful. Thank
Yeah.
you, lady.
Can I look around? Are the orcs or the hooded figures surprised at all about what just happened?
No.
in
In
there?
fact, it seems like of all the things that happened, everyone's, unless they're directly interacted with, kind of exist almost in their own little bubble. In a way, the two orcs are still kind of like meandering, like kind of like lamenting in their own way. The hooded figure near the stairs hasn't moved since the fiascos have begun, and you didn't notice it before, but there is sound of people above you, like walking around. But you don't know. But nothing like the commotion doesn't seem to have brought any extra attention to the rest of you.
Okay. And V's is done fiddling with her sitar.
Okay.
So she's gonna cast Cure Wounds with it, but so.
All right, yeah. So you will cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. Oh, that's cute.
Of course. So sad. Thank you.
Well, Torin smiles and starts to actually feel a little better, just with the fun music going on.
Okay.
That's great. You know,
Oh my god, that's great. I love it.
What is going?
that was excellent. That was excellent.
Does that heal the damage that I got from Bahoki earlier too?
No, it's just one target.
Your wounds is one person.
Yeah, it's
that's
one
right.
person.
Well,
Yeah.
Dora was the only one that was injured, really.
Okay, I was gonna say you could do it to yourself if you want.
No, I'm good. I only lost 4 points. I'm good. I still got 40.
I think you have to roll for how much
Yeah.
it heals for,
yes.
though.
It's
I forget. Yeah. Cure wounds. It's
I
in
think
here.
it's D4s.
It's a D8. D8 plus your spellcasting modifier. So it's going to be your charisma. So
Okay.
D8 plus your charisma.
Okay.
I keep forgetting you have dice. Never mind.
You get kind of like a freebie spell from the sitar. But you have to also sit down and play it.
Yeah, like it's a thing that I have to actually like pull out.
Hey,
Okay, my charisma
that was
modifier.
really good. Yep.
Okay, that's 3. Okay, so whatever. Roll plus 3. So that is 7.
7 points.
Yay!
You feel the soothing, like just the plucking and a quick strumming of a quick song. It kind of heals some of your wounds up.
That does make me feel better.
Yeah. It is a little comfort in this area.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna continue what was originally my plan and go talk to the orcs at the table.
Okay. You turn
And hope I don't start another bar brawl.
and mostly, do you want to sit down? Do you want to like say hi to them? How do you approach them? How do you approach?
I was gonna kind of just walk up to the table and say, "Excuse me, gentlemen, you don't seem to be in high spirits, but we actually saw you a couple days back. How
Probably
long
like
has it been?
weeks ago. It's probably been weeks ago.
A couple weeks back on the road, headed off into the forest on an adventure. I can't help but notice you're down a party member."
Kind of one of the orcs, the one closest to you, wearing kind of like a. Let's just say they kind of look like that. He has like a red robe on. He looks less muscular than his other friend, who is wearing actual armor.
Okay.
But he kind of like looks
He
up.
looks like
and
a red ninja.
he looks at you and says, "Huh. Yes. But it's not that we lost him. It's that he lost us.
How did you end up here? We had
We,
this weird floating fucking rock that apparently sent us here. I was curious if you experienced anything like that.
The two orcs kind of exchange kind of like strange glances, and they kind of shake their head.
Okay.
No floating rocks here. The orc on the far in the armor kind of leans and says, "Yeah, but we're not the ones lost, like my friends said. We're the ones who are lost. We've wandered outside." He kind of points towards the window behind him, in the blizzarding air. And says, "We've been wandering there ever since we stepped into that cursed forest. And the only time we get to rest is when we make it to the tavern. We don't always make it to the tavern in the same amount of time, but we do wander. And that's
So
all
you
we've
guys have
been doing."
You guys have been out in the forest?
He kind of nods a bit, and his friend kind of nods.
Everything out there seem normal, other than the fact that, we keep ending up here.
That's the only thing about the forest. We keep ending up back here. No way out.
No animals, no tracks, no other people.
Kind of shakes his head.
Bahoki is listening from
I'm
far
sorry,
away.
my name is Torin. What were you guys' names? We haven't actually formally introduced.
They kind of exchange weak glances, sort of just tired glances. But the one in the robe, his name is he pipes up, says, Kosh. What? Sorry. Koshro.
Koshro?
And this is my brother Digron.
Koshro and Digron. Fucking orc names are great.
Digron.
Alright.
Okay.
So Pokey can hear this, right?
Oh yeah. They're just sort of talking in the open.
Good.
Well, at this point, I'm gonna wander over. And I'm just gonna be like sitting here, and I'm going to nod very sagely. I'm like,
I also wander and lose friends often, but it is important to always remember that the wandering brings back friends again. Not the same ones. Those old ones, they're gone forever. You're probably never going to see him again.
Oh, Digron kind of like stares at you, stands up, straightens himself. He's big. He's a big orc. Gets down on one knee and goes, we gotta find my brother, man. He's probably worried. He starts to cry.
Oh, these are brothers. Are all brothers.
They're the three brothers.
Oh, that's
The little kid, man, he's a runty one. You know, we always thought it was gonna be Koshro that gets lost. Dumb wizard.
Dumb wizards.
But it was the little one. The littlest one got lost.
Yeah, that sounds right. It's usually the small ones that get eaten first.
So
He big teary eyes,
Aw.
and then you see like a Koshro kind of go, ah! And starts to cry too. The two orcs are just crying and wailing. They keep drinking their booze. Like, oh, you think he's really dead? Eaten by the woods?
Most of the small ones that disappear usually are, so probably, yeah, right?
oh
Right?
my god.
Oh. The two orcs look pretty solemn in their sadness.
V's gonna come over with her sitar, and I'm assuming that she doesn't speak Orcish, but I'm assuming she at least knows a little bit of Orc music.
You've heard some orc tunes. The instruments not be the same,
Well,
but
she's gonna come back over with her flute and like, oh boy.
let's give this a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna no. Like, I'm sure your younger brother's all right. I'm a younger brother myself. We can be hardier than you expect.
You're someone's younger brother?
Yeah, I got an older brother at home. He
Go find them.
I would like to,
Family's
but
worried, man.
yeah, I've been away a little longer than that, but that's a whole other thing. But look, I'm sure your younger brother's okay and probably just worried about where you guys are. Were you just walking through the woods and you just lost him?
Listen, we got a little bit. He makes a motion like a biting motion. She just climbed out of my thing.
Oh, I was like, what is the cat doing? Okay.
He says, we bite a lot more than our stomachs can hold. We went into the Forbidden Bell Song, a great wood of ancient power. We thought we could, snatch a few treasures, make it home with some glory and whatnot, but we kept getting chased by arrows. Just arrows everywhere. Quiet, silent feet following us and firing arrows in every direction.
Does this sound like anything I've ever heard of?
Make an intelligence check. All of you. Yeah.
Oh.
My specific question was gonna say, does it sound like they were herded in a specific direction?
Pahokee rolled a 6.
6?
Intelligence check?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops, wrong button. God damn it.
Mm,
Okay, so
13.
that's just plus your
13.
intelligence modifier, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 17.
The two of you can probably equate it, and actually, you're gonna have advantage on this roll. Just roll with advantage. See if you can kind of equate.
16!
Okay, the three of you can equate this. A lot of the Great Woods are protected by Ermithian elves, which are like deep wood elves, and you almost never see them, but you will get hit by their arrows.
Gotcha. Hyper sneaky elves.
Yeah. Just every night and day, we would just be hunted by these arrows.
Did you ever get hit?
Kind of shakes his head and he says, well, the Kashro kind of like goes, yeah, kind of miraculous actually.
Miraculous or just
planned.
very, very skilled archers?
V's coming up from behind them.
Yeah.
She's put her instruments away and is just walking up from behind now.
You think you see Kashro kind of like talk to Digron like directly, says, you think they led us a certain direction? He kind of
Well, from what I
nods
know
a
about
little
elves,
bit.
they don't miss unless they mean to.
Dangerous lot. Well, either way, now we're stuck here. He kind of
Yeah.
motions outside. You can't get anywhere in these woods.
I noticed that. We can't even touch the front door.
Kind of looks just. You can't leave.
Nope, tried.
Ah, that I can help you with. He kind of stands up and says, just means you gotta talk to the right person here. Once you're done here, the tavern lets you go.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
how
Oh.
long have you been in here?
Took us a while, Don't want to sound like we're the most social folk, but eventually we spoke to a little short guy, and sure enough, the door of the tavern opened and we were able to wander out.
What little short guy?
He's not here now. but kind of looks like one of you folk, but, less bush.
That means nothing to me.
Says, either way, had a little chat with him, exchanged a few words, and next thing we know, we just knew we could leave. And so we did.
But you still stuck in the forest?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not perfect, but at least we get to stretch our legs and explore new areas.
That's
Can
fair.
you leave now?
Kind of, the two of the brothers kind of exchange nodding glances. Yeah, pretty sure. But if we leave now, we probably won't see you guys for weeks.
Oh, we didn't mean you have to leave now. We just were, I guess, asking if you were able to.
Interesting.
Well, I guess the only person in here we haven't talked to besides you fellas is the person in the corner, and I point at the hooded figure in the corner.
The two orcs look around and they can't seem to spot anybody.
Can I turn? Is that person still there?
Oh, he's still there. You can see him.
The orcs just can't.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes the tavern is mysterious. They're like looking around.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a feeling I know who we're supposed to talk to.
Bahoki nods sagely into their beer.
The servers can't hold all the people.
I'm going to. Vixa's just gonna ignore that and go, well, you have been able to speak with the bartender Suhan, correct?
Oh yeah, of course. She's right there.
Okay, excellent.
They point right at her.
I was like, oh, okay, excellent.
Oh, she's the one constant. I think travelers come and go, and they might see different things.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm sure your younger brother's all right. Probably just worried about you. Hopefully you find your way back to him soon. We're gonna try and figure out what we're supposed to do here.
They kind of nod knowingly. It says, it was a good chat with you all. In fact, I'm already feeling better about our next search. The warrior kind of gets up and he pulls out like an axe that was just kind of on the ground next to him. The one in the robe kind of like straightens himself out and pulls out his spell book. He says, "You know what, brother? Let's go again." Good travels, friends. And they both stand up and march and leave the building.
Wait, make sure to check any owlbear pellets that you find for bones and trinkets for me brother, just in case.
Owl bears. He kind of points at you and says, "Yeah, owl bears." He kind of like rubs the edge of his axe. They reach for the handle, and even as you guys are watching them, it almost feels like you blink and they're kind of gone.
It just kind of
Yeah.
great. Before they would have left, I would have been like, "Good luck." Anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, time to go talk to strange men in robes.
Apparently.
That never turns out poorly.
I mean,
No, no.
You see,
And she's just and she starts muttering about what's his bucket, the illithid guy.
yeah, right.
well,
Fucking Finnegan.
I tried talking to
She's gonna be like, I
set.
swear. She said
Yeah.
before she goes up, she goes, if there are tentacles underneath that thing, I'm going to lose it.
It's your turn,
Don't like
Vishka.
tentacles.
Bring us the information. I start a
Are you staying here?
brawl. No, I'm following.
Okay.
I'm following for sure.
So
I
she'll
love the whole
walk over
thing.
to the.
This thing is so cute.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I
Yeah.
kind of want to get you like a little mini like fawn and then just cover it in like some of that fake stuff.
Oh, I know. I want to make a whole thing.
So cute. Anyway, sorry.
Alright. So
Alright.
go over to
You approach. It's a strange hooded fellow kind of just sits in a darker corner next to the stairwell. They have a large table in front of them and has positioned themselves kind of to try to be less noticeable in this corner of the tavern. You see that they do have a tankard of some sort of ale, as well as like the remains of some sort of like chicken or maybe some other like thing of bones. They seem to have eaten recently. As you approach, the figure kind of like tries to shuffle to the side and try to put their face away from yours.
I'm going to motion for the other two to just kind of like slow down.
Okay, I guess.
Okay.
This guy seems a little bit shy.
Pokey's gonna get some more beer then.
I guess I'm gonna go
Now's
with
the
Pahokee to the
time.
bar.
Yeah. You put your tankard up
Chunk.
and
Can I
you
ask
see
the bartender, do you have something that's not beer?
Suhan kind of says, "Yeah, I might have something for that." And she reaches down and puts up a different tankard for you.
Okay.
You take it, and it's like water, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Water, I guess.
Water, I guess.
Yes.
Water juice.
All right,
milk,
so
could've been,
Cloaky guy is
not
just
beer.
really trying to tuck himself in that corner and not be seen.
Being like really, like almost too inconspicuous at this point that he's like very sore, and also he's the only other patron that you guys can spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of try and lean casually against the bar, but I'm not
Yeah,
good
you're
at
like-
it. So
You're not a professional at it, but
No.
you know you kind of sit and stare, pointing yourself in that direction.
Okay. And
Just
so
keep an
I
eye
can't
out.
tell anything about this guy except that he's wearing a cloak and he doesn't want to be seen.
Yeah, he's wearing a cloak, but as you approach, you notice that he's got like little horns, and that he's got kind of like not like a hunch, but maybe like something like holding his robes up underneath his underneath his hooded cloak.
huh. Okay.
V's gonna come over and set her tankard down, and in Draconic she's gonna ask, "Is there an available spot?"
Nope, just go away.
But what language did he respond in?
He responded in common.
But he
But
understood the
he's-
Draconic.
Just go on. Yep.
I'm thinking of what to do.
Do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
You got this.
She's gonna sit down and pretend she doesn't understand Common.
It's like, damn it. You hear him kind of like
Good
spit
move.
like damn it in like Draconic. Just,
Sorry, what was that? So she's gonna speak to him in Draconic. Sorry, what was that?
you shouldn't be here.
I would very much like to not be here, but I'm not sure how I got here, and I don't know how I'm getting out of here.
I don't know how you got here either.
Do you know how you got here?
He kind of uncomfortably shifts around and sort of reaches out towards his tankard. And as he does so, you recognize a very similar arm covered in strange black like tattoos and whatnot. This, if you had to take a wild guess, you would say this is Skillick. Skillick, just sitting here in the tavern. He kind of grabs the tankard, slides it towards him. And you kind of all see this too. And he kind of just sort of sips on it. You shouldn't be here. Just figure out how to get out and get back.
And I'm gonna wave over
At
at
that
Torn.
point, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
come over.
Wait a second.
As the two of you march over, he kind of goes, "Damn it!" Slams the tankard down and like kind of like pulls back the his hood, and it sure enough is Skillick.
Is it like?
Dang it!
What? What? How did you get here?
He points to some of the tattoos and says, "Some of the markings allow me to travel to certain places at certain times."
Don't suppose you know how a glowing rock would have transported us here.
Kind of looks at you and says, "Glowing rock.
Glowing rock.
Last we saw
Did
it,
you-
Kaw picked it up.
Oh no, you didn't let Kaw touch it while it was glowing, did you?
Well, we didn't.
We didn't really seem to have much control.
Where
At the
is the
moment.
little one?"
He's not with us.
We don't know where he is.
Kind of exhales. Says, "There's still a little hope for him. This is the reason I didn't want anyone going with you lot after the Solomore's grave, but here we are, so."
Wait. What? What? Did you know this would happen?
No, it wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, what? Okay, if
But
even if
you
you
knew
thought this might happen, why did you give us the rock? Or let us have it? Or
I didn't know you took the rock.
that's fair.
You're supposed to leave those artifacts behind. They're dangerous.
Well, that's why we took it. We saw what Sanaz was doing with it. She used it to corrupt the dragon egg.
He kind of sits down.
At least I think so. It was floating in the room, and then we had to fight the poor dragon.
Down,
And then
down,
when I knocked it down, suddenly the dragon got its thoughts back, and we figured we didn't want to leave it there in case she came back or someone else came back and got it.
This is my fault. I should have checked if the rock was still there. It's kind of looks at you all and says, "It's an echo stone."
Do
It's
I know what that is?
You don't.
Okay.
Not from your knowledge checks.
Okay.
Yeah, and because I'm just gonna kind of give you this passive stuff. It's an echo stone. It's an ancient Necronari stone used to house large amounts of potential arcana. The
So it's a
rune
magic
marking.
sink.
Think of it more like a battery. that borrows from those around it. Sometimes the batteries are connected to other places. This stone must have been connected to the mists, and now you're here.
Look, we got back to the inn, we went to rest, and then apparently we lost 3 days of time. We were all freaking out and covering mirrors and blocking up windows and smashing shit.
Covering mirrors.
Yeah, but we barely remember any of it. Like, weird flashes, like, we kind of remember, but we didn't do it.
That's the new
Ka
bus.
says we barricaded ourselves in and told him not to come in.
He kind of motions for us, and he kind of looks at himself, ponders for a moment, kind of leans back again and says, there's still a little time then. As long as your mist cells are disconnected from your real selves, there's still time to undo this.
Undo what exactly?
You've
Mist cells? What is happening?
You're in the mists right now. It's like a pocket plane in between realms. Sort of excess essence gets bottled up between astral travel and it becomes a part of the mists. That's where we are. The Tavern Keep is a member of the mists, long-term residencies. People come and go as they please, and sometimes there's a little focal point, and in this case it's the tavern.
So, you're saying some people are stuck here?
Some people's mist selves are stuck here. Your real selves probably are still fine in the real world.
When you say
But
mist cells, are you talking about astral projection?
yes, kind of fragments of astral projection.
Alright, so
as if shadows of it, echoes of it.
Okay.
That's why we call them the Echo Stones. They're typically attuned to this place.
Wait, so is everybody here dead?
No, far from it! Most are still alive. Some live eternally. He kind of motions towards some of the tattoos. I investigate this self, but this is going to be hard to explain. I won't understand this conversation because I didn't have it. You had it with Mist Me.
So when we wake up, will we forget all this?
Not necessarily. The tuning process is different for those who attune with an Echo Stone. It means that you have an opportunity to take knowledge from here and take it back to yourselves. But you'll need some mirrors to do so. Please tell me you didn't break all your mirrors.
Apparently.
Well, they're not broken, but they are cracked.
That's enough. The rules are very vague, but as long as a mirror stays cracked, it's a broken mirror. You find a good mirror, keep it on you at all times, and you're able to communicate with your mist selves.
Do we got anything shiny on us right now?
I have some
I have
platinum.
small shiny things.
I don't like metal all that much.
Because I would have just some small bronze trinkets.
I look into the mug, and I try to hold it still. I'm like, real me! This is mist me! Real me! Looking into the reflection in my beer.
You see the reflection in your beer. It doesn't seem to signify anything in particular.
Real me!
Why would we have smashed the mirrors?
Well, has something to do with the memories we don't have, I imagine.
It seems like the stone or something compelled you not to remember certain things. Do you remember if you did it or if something else did it?
Are stones sentient? These echo stones?
He kind of... I don't know.
Well, look,
Sentience isn't, well, magical items, from what I've read, can have a will. Not so much an intelligence, but a will, usually bestowed on them by the creator of the item. Sorry.
So would this one have possibly been designed to trap people here?
It could be. I'm not entirely sure. I tried to copy the runes down to save for later so I could try and translate them, but every time I tried to write them down, I couldn't copy them correctly. I could write, but it was not the
Copy.
runes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is typical of some powerful elder Echo Stones.
Yes.
Perhaps that one was more dangerous than we'd been led to believe.
Is that why Emil didn't come with us? Because he's from a different plane?
He kind of leans back and says, yes. you do have a planar connection then.
I do. My bird, he's technically a fey creature.
Technically a fey creature. Perfect.
I had to summon him the first time I met
That
him.
connection might be enough. Sometimes it just takes a few shouting in the dark, is what we call it. But
Scream into the void.
yes,
As it were.
yes. That can pull you into the right direction.
Oh, okay, Torin, start screaming now.
Ah!
Now.
Ah!
You're working. Do you feel the planar connections flowing through you, Torin?
Hang on, that's not really how it works.
Torin!
I'm gonna sit down and close my eyes and really focus and try to feel that connection I have with Emil.
Okay. You take a moment, just kind of like, as people are saying, you can kind of hear, like, Pokey going, scream now! Scream now! But through, like, you kind of close your eyes,
You
and
just
you feel like
starts
a
tipping
really
the beer
long
up and up until it's in your
hallway.
mouth.
And you hear what sounds like just sort of pecking at the opposite end of it. And you reach out just a little bit further, and the pecking kind of gets closer, and then finally, like, you feel something more substantial, like you're linked to Emil. Emil seems to be lost and is flying around in a blizzard of some sort.
Oh no.
Emil seems lost, worried, and is trying to find you. He can sense that you're near, but can't quite place you, and doesn't seem to, like, it is just seemingly lost in a thick forest.
Shit. Okay. If I interpreted
Scream now.
if I interpreted that correctly.
As the beer is getting tipped up and up and up into her mouth. She's just like, just
Just keep drinking.
If I interpreted that correctly, Emil is in the forest.
Oh.
Lovely.
I got the feeling he's lost, flying through a blizzard trying to find me right now. Can't quite pinpoint me, which is not comforting.
But-
Would it be possible to summon him to me?
Skillet kind of sighs a little bit. Some connections are hard to establish while you're in the mists. But you have a connection. And if you have it,
It's still
then you
there.
can traverse the forest outside.
How?
Are you using your...
He kind of like motions towards the door and says, just leave and go find it.
Find my bird?
Kind of nods and says, yes. And if you see me, I will not remember this conversation. But mention that you stole the Echo Stone.
We didn't steal it. We were trying to... Okay, fine.
I'll
I
understand
will
what I mean.
happily throw the stone at you when we get back.
Oh, it's too late if it's attuned to you.
Shit.
All of us collectively?
If you're all here together, then yes.
Is there a way to unattune?
Do we want to do that? We're in a weird mess place.
I meant when we
Skip.
get back.
Skillet kind of goes, I don't know if you can unattune.
Oh, great. Okay, so we have weird sentient but not sentient rock that apparently likes to make us lose time, smash mirrors, and send us to places in the mist. That now is apparently attached to us. Great!
Alright.
That's how these things happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have
Did you-
some serious questions about this place.
Yes?
Tell me what you know about the orders here. Who is in charge?
No one's in charge, except for in the tavern. The owner's in charge of the tavern.
So she's in on it. I understand. I understand.
You see, for a second, like, Skillet kind of narrows his eyes and looks at you. Kind of gets a really close look, and then kind of gets really close.
I always wondered how you could talk big.
Says, may I see your hand? He grabs you with a kind of like a sort of a roughness to it. Looks at your fur, then drags his nail across, like pulling a little bit of blood, and taking your blood and kind of like looking at it and sort of smelling it. You're a fake creature too.
What?
gotta be digging some some sort of antiseptic out of her bag. Just is like,
That's not possible! No! The conspiracy runs so deep!
You could theoretically get us out,
What?
but you'd have to know the way, and you have to attune to a gate.
We'll see about that.
Is there some reason we're here?
A reason?
I don't know. The stones seem to want us to come here, and I'm a little confused as to why.
Oftentimes, you're in the mist to learn something. Not something great, usually something terrible. That's been my experience in the mists. I was first pulled... I've been pulled here many times, but the last time is when the dragon eggs were stolen. Vessis and I discussed the matters here, and she gave me this mission. That's why I knew that you guys were there. But why you are here now, the stone knows.
Is there anybody upstairs?
There's no stairs. He
Oh,
looks
good.
around, the stairwell is gone next to you.
Oh.
So it's gone for us too.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gone for you, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, if nothing, it's consistent.
He's just licking their arm right now.
Yeah. Be wary. There are creatures that wander the forest and the mists.
Oh, yeah. Have you
Echoes of
seen-
nightmares from beyond. Creatures that are not attuned to mortal eyes. Things that remain invisible to even extraplanar beasts.
Have you seen other
sounds
smaller
about our
folk,
luck.
by
Alright.
the way? People our size, but talk, right.
He kind of looks at you and says, I've seen many of your travelers come and go. Nafan tend to just be able to come and go through the mist as they please.
I'd heard. But it always seemed wrong somehow.
It's dangerous. The mists are not a place for the unprepared.
Interesting. Interesting. Pokey continues to sip the beer.
Now very contemplative. And staring at the door.
Skillick, Skillick's like, he pipes up once more. I'm sorry that you've been wrapped up in this. I didn't realize that the stone had been taken, or that the stone was powerful enough to pull the three of you through.
Oh. Our intentions were good, but we didn't know what it was. Probably should have given it to you sooner.
I didn't know what it was, if it could do this. As far as we could tell, the stone was just connected to the gate. But this is different.
What else can these stones do?
They seem to harbor and contain the thoughts of countless voices from beyond the realms.
Oh, that's what we were hearing.
That would be whispering.
Yeah.
We don't know what those voices signify or what they mean.
That sounds
As far as I can tell, the only one who did was Vessis' grandmother, the former Black Queen of Dragons.
dun dun dun.
Is this the dead one?
What was her name?
Let me pull it up. I for some reason I was like, I don't have to write the name down. They're not gonna ask. Oh, that's because he won't tell you.
Oh.
There's a note here that literally says that.
Got it.
I cannot utter the Black Queen's name. Just know that she was the former Black Queen.
Interesting.
And it's Vessis' grandmother.
So you're saying there's more to fun here?
The Fawn come and go. They pass through the mist with regularity.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. And and you're saying there's dragon queens hanging out.
Oh no. The former Black Queen is long dead. Murdered
Just
by her
that
daughter.
She understood the weird rocks.
Yeah, okay. But there's dragons in them woods.
Well, there will
Maybe.
be if Torn goes outside.
Torn, go outside.
I was about to
Pokey is
suggest
now
we go try to
a couple
find a
pints
meal
in
and
here.
see if maybe we can get out of here.
Well, I guess that's not. I mean,
Yeah?
Before we
Can-
head...
Sorry. You go first.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, is the Can I take a look around and see if anything else has changed? If there's anything else here? Anybody else who's shown up? Any doors we haven't checked? Or
So as you look around, no, a few of the so the table has restored itself. Oh, but you don't see anything nobody new has stepped in, and in fact, all the areas where the tables have been moved, everything is back in perfect immaculate form, as if ready for the beginning days of visitors. The stairwell is still gone. But now you find yourselves kind of just in a clean floor. Suhan is over checking large barrels in the back just to see about mead stock, and as she pulls the little release valves, liquid does spew into the spew out. So it's not these weird mugs that you guys might have. There's actual liquids and stuff. Slowly, though, you start to notice that there are actual torches now on the side areas, and that's what's providing actual light again.
Oh.
there weren't torches when we came in.
No, there were not torches, and now there are.
This place is weird.
This place is.
V's gonna go back over to the bar. She still has her tankard. She has not drank out
Oh,
of it
okay,
at
yeah.
all.
He's
She's just been
holding
carrying it
this
around.
tankard, yeah.
She's been walking around just yeah.
I got this tankard, yeah.
just holding it casually, but she was just like, I've already got enough on me.
Yeah.
She's like, she has one sticky arm now, and she's not happy about it. Maybe she'll lick it off later, but yeah. So she's gonna come back over here, and she's gonna ask Suhan. She's gonna set her taker down. And so ask her. All right. What do we owe you for the ale?
Suhan kind of looks confused. There's no currency exchange in the mists.
Oh, all right then.
But those aren't to keep either. You gotta leave the tankards here.
I will absolutely leave that here on the counter, and I'll kind of push it towards her so she can take it.
As you slide it towards her, she says, and don't worry, I always remember whose tankards are whose. And she motions at the bottom of the tankard, and you see that you've written your name on the bottom of it.
Ew.
Fascinating. I don't suppose you're a purveyor of supplies at all.
She kind of...
I'm looking for... I'm a bit finicky about my appearance, if I'm going to be a little honest, and I've misplaced my favorite mirror. I wasn't sure if I could potentially purchase or barter one from you.
There's one place that exchanges can happen, and that is in the exchange room. She motions towards the room that's right there. Yeah.
Oh.
That is the only place you can exchange things for things.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And gonna go back to the table.
Yeah.
So are we looking for a mirror?
I was going to see if I could find one. Because they said that
Alright.
there might be a way out, so...
Yeah.
So I'll tell them. So we might be able to purchase a mirror in the room over there, but don't forget to leave your tankards at the counter for her.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't write that.
Yeah, as you set it down, you see that in your handwriting on the bottom of your tankard it writes your name, stylized in the way you would have signed it.
Well, Hoki
Really
finds
sick of not
nothing
remembering things.
strange about that at all.
Yeah.
So we wrote it.
That's fine.
It's just magic.
I just have
fair.
one more question for bartender lady.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen me before?
She looks at you, says, I typically remember all those who pass through my tavern. Think this is your first visit?
Okay. Double checking, because a couple days were hazy there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
Alright, well, you want to go see if we can buy a mirror?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it. To the exchange room.
You guys head over to the exchange room. Outside of the ironclad door is a strange door handle that looks kind of similar to something you guys have seen before. It is an iron tongue that kind of is whipped outward instead of a doorknob.
Oh, that is familiar.
It's because we gave one to the kid, Jimon.
Mm-hmm. I have it around my neck.
Yeah.
I'm wearing it around my neck.
It's very similar to the one that you have around their neck. This one is a little bit stylized a little bit differently. The tongue is swirled in a different pattern.
Interesting.
was gonna say, can he hear us?
Jamon?
Not that he can help us. He's nowhere
you
near
can
us.
try.
Let's see, what can I do here? The fork tongue, so I have to, like, hold it to communicate, right?
Yeah, you see, you like blow it like a
Yeah,
whistle.
yeah.
Yeah, you put it in your mouth, and it like
It blows a whistle,
Yeah,
then
blows a
I can
whistle.
communicate that way, yeah. So he can't hear us unless I'm, like, tooting the horn, and I
Yeah.
can do it 10 minutes every 3 days.
I was okay. I was more curious if it would even
Yeah.
work where we're at,
yeah. Did you want to try it?
Sure.
just to see if
Yeah, just being like, oh, doot doot.
just kind of be like, we don't have to tell him anything weird's going on. Maybe we could probably just be like, hey, we're just checking to make sure you're still safe.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't checked in with him for a few days.
I asked him to contact us when he got home. I'm guessing they're just not back yet.
Well, it is quite a distance.
That's true. It's
Yeah.
probably more
It's
than
only
3
been
days.
3 days.
Yeah.
All right, so
Feels
yeah.
like longer.
All right, so yeah, he's gonna try and toot the tongue thing,
All right.
not the handle, the one she's
Yeah.
she's not sticking that in
you-
her mouth.
You place the tongue to blow it, and as you do, like as you put your lips on it, you feel like the weird metal kind of like attach itself to the tip
You're
of
like,
your tongue.
"Ugh."
And you're like, oh.
Ugh, I don't like
yeah.
this.
And then suddenly you're just like, you exhale, and it makes a weird kind of like a hissing growl noise, just like a.
That's
And
an
you-
appropriate whistle.
And sure enough, you kind of you start to hear a little bit of something. It takes a little bit, it takes a while, but you kind of hear the sound, like the clops of horses, just kind of,
Clippity cloppity.
and then suddenly you hear shuffling, like, just, and then a weird like whisper that seems to come from behind you.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of tickling your ear and goes, "Is it you?"
Yes, yes.
Excellent. I haven't heard from you all in quite some time. We haven't made it back to Velmont yet, but as far as I can tell, they're still taking me there and they still want me alive. How are things on your end?
Predictably.
It's fucking weird, man.
Predictably strange.
Off on another adventure then.
Unwillingly, yes.
Oh, do you need my assistance?
I don't know what you could do. I was more curious just to see if we could communicate with the normal realm from wherever the fuck we are.
Where are you?
Mist?
As you say the words, you suddenly feel a weird cloudiness, and you can hear Jamon trying to respond, but he's being pulled further and further away.
Dang it.
And suddenly the connection is kind of faded and slowly fizzles out.
Dang it.
Okay, well, it worked briefly.
Ah, fuck.
It kind of works.
You only got like maybe a minute of conversation.
Yeah.
You know it's supposed to last longer.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be 10 minutes. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so it's possible, but obviously, well,
I
Well, at
wonder
least
if
he's
the
safe.
mist
yeah,
desires
at least
to
we know
keep
he's safe,
us.
but I just,
That's what I'm worried about.
well, yeah, because the thing is, because the connection you need with the other side to pull is more of a fake connection, and we know
Yeah.
Juman, but we're not, we don't have that.
Yeah. You suspect that familiarity is a stronger connection naturally. And that's kind of the feeling that you're getting. That was yours. Like, you know Emil very well.
Yeah,
And you're a stronger connection to them.
Yes.
You guys only knew Jamon for maybe a few hours.
yeah, so it was like, so we know
Less than a day.
Yeah, less than a
Yeah.
day, yeah.
Okay.
And for half of that, he was unconscious.
Yeah.
Or very close to it.
Yeah.
I guess we should keep looking for a mirror.
Alright,
All right.
exchange room.
You-
I guess I'll do it. I'm the one who's always touching
All
the
right.
door.
You grab the handle, and the silver tongue slithers around you.
Okay.
And then in a weird... It stops for a second, and then starts to heat up a little bit.
Oh.
And then you're pulled forward.
Okay.
And the three of you are inside the room. It's a black room. There's a strange red glowing carpet underneath you. It's a circular one. But then you see that like there's like 8 points that slowly kind of like slither out, almost as if blood is kind of like pulsing back and forth. Suddenly a black candle appears in the middle of the carpet surrounded by you. Yeah. It lights up. At first, it kind of like starts at blue, then kind of shifts a few colors, and then finally, it's just red. And the light kind of peels out from it, and you find yourselves in a tiny little tent with several strange exotic trinkets all littered around you. Small creatures in little cages kind of rattling about. Jars filled with all manner of strange ichors and like strange chemicals. Things bubbling, eyes in other basins, like kind of like staring at you and kind of winking and blinking. Bones floating about. Crystals that seem to be reforming and unforming behind you. And then a strange man sitting in a chair, a very nice, elaborate chair in front of you. The man looks humanoid until he leans forward into the light, and you see that he has several, he's got 8 horns kind of jutting from his head. He looks like a devil. You've actually seen a bunch of devils at this point, and he most certainly is one. And he has a cruel, monstrous-looking face. He's got 6 eyes, kind of like in a sort of like a triangular pattern across his face, and 2 mouths. One where his nose should be, and then one where his normal face is. He has 2 sets of long, cruel-looking, just grotesque arms.
Awful
the bottom
Slenderman arms.
Yeah. They're really, really long for his form.
Too many eyes! Too many eyes, indeed.
The bottom set of hands is holding a staff that's kind of keeping him propped up. The other 2 are kind of like playing and kind of like
fucking what's his fuck from
yeah.
the game?
Yeah, doing a little kind of
Ava?
Gendo. He's just, welcome to my store. Not many people find the devil merchant. Come. What do you require? I sell many wares, both magical and profane.
You happen to know a junior quiz devil by any chance?
Quiz devils. He spits from his nose, mouth, into the corner and says, those fools always quizzing and riddling.
Yeah.
No. A merchant devil is a noble profession. We exchange of goods, souls by trade. But, he kind of motions over above him, is a strange contract, sealed in glass. He says, some of us made the wrong pact. And now I must exchange my goods for gold. He shudders.
Your parents could only afford community school.
Somehow I never expect what comes out of her mouth.
The merchant devil guy. He's like, what? What?
And V's just gonna because I would say since her race is super educated, she's just like because her community school means you had to be schooled by the church.
I'm sorry for your predicament. We do have gold for goods.
Excellent. I will take monetary things. No soul coins. He kind of sits back and says, oh, how I miss soul coins. The taste of a mortal soul pulsing with life and... He kind of stops, leans forward. Yes?
Sorry. We are looking very specifically for just a mirror. If you have a mirror.
Preferably one that is not cursed.
A not cursed mirror.
If he's
also,
gonna call that out from the corner because she's
honestly
looking.
just a non-magical mirror would work. You
A
see,
mundane mirror?
Yes.
You enter the portal of a merchant devil for a mundane mirror?
It's that kind of day.
Mirror.
A pocket mirror? A pocket dimension mirror?
No. Just
Well,
If you have something that's sort of benign magically, or not evil, or not cursed, we'd take a look at it.
I'm okay with lightly cursed.
Lightly. That's all I have are cursed items. Mostly. But a mundane item, those are rare in our world. So rare that they're quite valuable.
Can I do an insight check and see if that's true?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know if my insight's any good, but I don't care.
It'll be against the merchant devils.
No.
okay, let me see what I
11.
get. Let me see what I
You
get.
believe that. You absolutely believe that mundane items are rare for him.
I got
Damn
13.
it.
You also are very convinced that he's actually not lying about that normal mundane items are probably very
she's just
difficult
like,
for him to get.
Makes sense.
Fine.
Makes sense.
How
Demon
about
land.
lightly cursed?
Lightly cursed.
Lightly cursed.
V is
and
going
worn
through and
items.
looking
Cheaper, yes.
V's going through and just kind of like perusing like
Yeah.
she's shopping.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Let me ask you. How much is a mundane mirror?
Let me see what I have. He kind of leans back in his chair, and then as he does so, the chair kind of floats backwards into the darkness.
Ooh, that's fun.
And then he kind of floats forward once more, holding kind of like a small little vanity mirror with a little stand, like its own little wire stand. It's 3,000 gold.
What?
For a mundane mirror! That's what they're worth in hell!
We're not in hell. We're in the mists or wherever the fuck we are.
I don't care where you came from, you're in hell right now!
Oh. Oh.
Obviously, it's the exchange room.
V's just
Maya.
gonna look up for a moment.
Okay. I'm just kidding. No, because if I don't, I'm gonna have a breakdown. Apparently, Torn is much more fragile than I thought it was.
V's just gonna pop up and go. And she's gonna say to Bissell at the demon, just kind of jokingly, like, "Oh, it's not nearly as hot as I thought it was going to be down here."
Merchant devils, we keep it humid for all clientele.
Very, very considerate.
And then continues to look at, just
Yeah.
rummage through things.
You see strange little creatures in cages. They seem quite vile. You see a baby hunger demon, like the little hunger.
A little maw demon?
Yeah, a little maw demon. You see one, and you guys have a bad flashback.
Oh,
of
I
it.
just like, oh.
So much popping.
Yeah.
Okay.
It hisses at you, just like.
She hisses back at it. Just all the hair puffs up, just, and then
It
continues.
retreats into its little ball and kind of scares to the back of the cage.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well-
V's just,
I hate this thing. I hate this thing.
I can get you a lightly cursed one, but if you would like, he kind of leans back once more and kind of does
How
the shadow
lightly
thing.
cursed?
Pulls forward, pulls out another kind of a square mirror with a sort of a black wired frame.
Cursed mirror.
well, we might not have to, but we'll see.
500 gold for the lightly cursed mirror.
Oh.
It shows you your greatest fears, ingrained in your blood. But other than that, it's a mirror.
So
That's not- that
basically
could
a
be
regular
worse.
mirror. Gotcha.
It's like a self burn.
How's that different from a regular mirror?
That's problems.
We're both just at the same time. How's something different from a regular mirror?
Oh, that's so good! Oh, I'm gonna remember these and write a script of a show for
As V is just picking up, I'm assuming he's got some scrolls and books.
Oh yeah, he's got weird scrolls.
So
the books you pick up, you can read the cover, but as you
can't open them.
Yeah, you can't quite open them. Same with the scrolls.
But yeah, she's just kind of picking them and moving around.
I gotta protect my merchandise, but you may touch.
Fair enough.
All right. How do we feel about the lightly cursed mirror?
It seems pretty normal to me, but do we have 700 gold?
Oh, you guys have tons of
I
money,
do.
actually.
I have 700.
It's
Me
written
too.
down.
Yes. So.
I don't say that out loud.
Oh, okay.
I'm not, saying how much gold I
Yeah,
have out loud.
That's fair. I'll let you have that one. The devil kind of looks around and says, "Is this the only thing you guys need?"
Oh, do you have a restroom for customers?
No.
Oh. I'm going in this corner then.
No.
Little bush just toppled
No.
off.
Bad bush. Bad.
I need to pee for real.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Actually, I need to pee too.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
can
take
we
a quick
pee
break.
real quick?
We'll take a quick break here.
Demon.
Because, what can we do for this guy? Because, would the mirror get... Well, Skillick said that we can get out using a mirror.
Yes. Well, specifically, he said that you guys can get your memories back using the mirror. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that'll help you communicate back and forth.
Gotcha. So we don't need the mirror to escape.
Not
it can be
necessarily,
picked up
yeah.
later.
A meal might be able to help you escape.
Okay.
The mirror is more to be able to remember things.
Oh, gotcha. And if we don't take... Well, because I'm like, we can buy a mirror later, but would we remember to buy a mirror later?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Because, I don't think I have one in my inventory. I don't think it came with any of the things that I already had.
I don't think you guys had a mirror
I don't think
initially. Yeah, 'cause I think I went through you guys' inventory just to kind of like check if this was going to be a thing.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't have one. But it's like,
I need to plug in my laptop.
And the demon just really wants souls, but he can't accept them as payment anymore.
That seems to be the case. You can press him on that if you like.
Oh, okay.
Because you have a familiarity with demons, devils, and their ways.
Yeah, and
you
so
know
he's
that-
got
Yeah.
that contract up on the wall that she can probably read.
Oh, it seems to be just displayed.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, she can
Yeah.
probably read it because
Yeah.
I don't know. If
It's written in Infernal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that what I can read, or is it Abyssal?
Yeah, because I think you speak Abyssal, right?
It's Abyssal, yeah.
But you could also theoretically cast a spell, or
Yeah.
I don't know, ask him about it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
probably.
Do whatever you want. Give it a shot.
He made a deal, and now we can't do souls. But I don't have any things that are soul based anyway. I gotta pee when Maya comes back, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna pee too.
Join the P crew.
Just a pee crew.
we should all pee
Yeah.
Yay.
By the
all
way,
together
so
in a circle.
this
Yay.
is basically what a instrument of the bards does. It allows you to cast more spells, but I gave you a slightly different version. I think just for simplicity's sake, we might just go with this version. So those would be the spells you have access to.
Okay, mandolin. Okay. Instrument. Can use an action to play the instrument and cast a spell. The next dawn. Okay. Fly cast. So fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from evil and good, cure wounds, 3rd level, dispel magic, and protection of lightning. Okay. Oh, okay. Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Oh, kitties. There are many kitties. Must pet the babies. Can I pet? Oh, yeah.
I am returned. What's up?
Filled with items.
Oh, I want to know if she can eat my last little pancake chunk.
Oh.
Inside is filled with pancakes.
Yeah, can I see it?
Yeah. Actually, let's do it after this.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Because I don't want to be like,
It's already set up.
I have a wound. For a little bit of insider info.
Yes.
Oh, is it Cheeto time?
This is Cheeto time. No. I mean, it's too late because I already started the rinsing, but it's just.
No, you're good. I'm gonna like eat when we're done here.
I love these Grandma Violet mints. These little things. I'm just gonna show them on the stream. These little guys.
Delicious little guys.
They're little violet grandma mints, and oh, I can't. Oh, I'm bad at this. I'm very bad at this. Anyways, they're grandma violet mints, and I like them because they taste like flowers.
It's reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Mmm.
There we go. Okay. Woo!
Tapping up some stuff.
Yeah. I forgot to include some things, and so I want to make sure I wrote that down correctly.
So you wouldn't forget.
Yes. Plus, I also have to make notes on what you guys do so I can remember things. Obviously. Squeeze it. I even have a note here that you'll meet Skillick in disguise.
Skillick in disguise. Not very good disguise.
Yeah, right?
He's a kobold.
He's still a kobold.
It's true. He may be the smartest of them, but
But he's still a kobold.
Okay, hang on. I put 2 in here.
Whoa, that looks weird.
I like how what I originally worked out about Torrance personality is like not true at all now.
Oh,
Like originally.
It's okay.
Oh no!
V is a little bit different than she originally was intended to start out as, because now she's a little bit more chaotic.
More chaos.
Well, I mean, she was intended to be somewhat chaotic, like chaotic good, more
yeah.
tending towards neutral. But she's just, now I'm like, well, she's a weird mix of very aloof and also, just a cat.
Just a cat, yeah.
Because now she rummages through everything she finds.
I love that, actually.
Yeah,
I think that's wonderful.
I'm looking at stuff now.
Now I'm gonna look at this thing.
Originally, Torrance was supposed to be much more like excited anytime he encountered anything magic.
Now he's just like,
Now he's just like, I'm really sick of this shit.
V's
Now it's
just
magic.
like, whatever.
Which is funny, because he do magic.
Yeah,
he was
in
like,
that
this
magic.
is not what I signed up for!
I think it's because they really haven't interacted a ton with a bunch of natural magic and
Yeah.
all this like weird shit. It's
Yeah,
just
the
like
weird
I
magic.
didn't think this is what magic was.
Magic's
Okay.
everywhere. All right, we are back. Okay, so again, you guys are at the merchant. He offers you the two choices: the
The lightly
$3,000
cursed
mundane mirror and the lightly cursed
500.
500 gold mirror.
Okay.
Do you take item exchange? Or are you interested in items? Is there anything you're looking for that maybe might knock the price down a little?
He motions up towards the parchment that's sealed in the glass behind you. He says, "No, unfortunately, I only exchange in coins." And you see there's a little, like, at the bottom of it, underneath, like, a series of signatures, is a coin total that,
Come here, come on, Emmy.
that seems quite large. There's several commas.
Over here.
Okay.
Emmy, come here.
And so I
Good
require coins to be free of this pact that I have been bartered into. So coins are how I make my living. He shudders a little bit and says, "Oh, how I miss souls."
How far away from your max coinage are you to be free there?
He sighs and looks up and says, "Let's see, based on the current exchange rate, astral exchange, back forth, 27 trillion gold."
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good then. We only need a mirror so we don't have to worry about him escaping.
What?
Pokey, he's already in hell. He's where he's supposed
Well,
to be.
I know, but he wants souls, and he can't get there right now,
To be fair, though, that's just what they eat. I mean, we eat living creatures.
Do you buy souls? Is that how you eat?
It is how I survive now. Normally I would be able to absorb my own souls, but now I have to deal with this. He flips open a chest next to him and pulls out a fist of gold coins. This garbage! Throws it down. You
Okay.
see?
So we don't have to worry about him buying our souls either. We're good.
That seems true.
We're good.
Slams the chest closed. Yes, merchant devils. We're just here to buy and sell. Normally trade, but now I have to buy my way back.
So So that cursed mirror you have, is that your only lightly cursed mirror? Do you have a cheaper model?
You said that was the cheapest one.
I do have one other cheap one, but most mortals are skittish about it. He sits in his chair, does the his shadow thing back, and he pulls it forward.
Torn literally takes like 3 steps back.
He holds out the back of a small hand mirror. This will cost 10 gold.
Oh.
But it makes those fears that you had from the lightly cursed mirror real. Every night. Every single night.
Oh.
Your fears will fly out of this mirror and you have to fight them.
So,
Wait.
like,
Every single
You
night.
go ahead.
so just like sleeping then.
Oh, no.
Like, physically.
They're literally, physically pulls out the mirror and begins to fight you. His second hand, his second set of hands does
Are you
fisticuffs.
physically fighting ghosts every night that I haven't noticed?
Well, you usually sleep at around 3 a.m.
No!
Sometimes.
I feel like I would have woken up for that.
Sometimes you just need to run.
Oh, well, okay.
She gets the zoomies.
I don't
That's
think
great.
I think that's quite the
I
same
love
thing.
The 2 to 3 a.m. range.
It's just 2 to 3 a.m.
Excuse me.
sometimes. It's like normally it's fine, but if she drinks too much, it's like 3 a.m. She's like,
No.
Zoom.
anyway, yeah, she's like,
So does that second one only work when you have the first mirror to show the fears, and then you have to have a second mirror and kind of like hold them up to get the fears to pop out? Or
No. They work like mirrors, but,
So-
the reflections cause different things.
They both seem good to me.
I would definitely prefer not to fight.
10 gold. Also, you have to blood attune to it, but...
Wait. So if you don't blood attune to it, does it do the thing?
It doesn't work as a mirror if you don't blood attune to it.
Damn it.
That sounds like a
We're
right.
It's hoping for a loophole.
We are already attuned to an evil rock. So
Maybe
and I
we
don't want to
should
be
avoid-
attuned to an evil mirror.
And it only speaks once a month, so there's that.
It also talks. Okay.
it speaks.
Yes, most cursed things do.
That's fair.
How often does the other mirror talk?
It doesn't.
Oh, only this extra cursed one talks, I guess.
We have to pay more for the non-talking mirror?
Well, yes, because
Why is the
those who
non-talking
die
mirror
from the
cheaper?
mirror become property that I get to take. So, it's good to get these out in the world. In fact, if you would like to start selling them, we could create some sort of scheme.
Oh, what? A bit like a trickle down? Like a
Yes,
pyramid?
like I would provide stock, and then you would find allies, trade them the stock, or even convince them to work for you, and then I would supply you to supply them, and then soon we'll supply the world.
It's very demon-like layout that you've thought through.
Devil-like.
I mean, it seems like a really
There. Too many rules.
valid opportunity.
Because is it demons are rules and devils are
Devils
rules?
are rules.
Devils
Demons
are
are just carnage. Yeah.
Okay,
Remember, is this guy a
gotcha.
devil or a demon?
He's a
This is
devil.
devil.
Okay.
He's the merchant devil.
Devils,
He does have a name.
We haven't even asked for his
Yeah.
name.
do you really want to know?
No, I kind of don't care.
Vicious
Tori very
still...
deliberately is not exchanging names right now.
It's not Faye.
Doesn't matter. I don't know.
Well, on one hand, we
I'm
have
not all
what
that
is
studied.
clearly a very, very valuable and possibly lucrative business opportunity. And on the other hand, we have a very expensive mirror that shows fear. So it's basically a normal mirror, but expensive and not a business opportunity.
I like this one.
Oh, I don't know about you two, but I would rather see my fears and not have to physically fight them and then every night until they kill me.
I guess she's right. We already have jobs.
Damn.
I mean, I can help pitch in.
All right.
The
Okay,
mirror.
we'll
All right.
start throwing some coins.
Would you
out
like
the
it
way.
gift wrapped?
Is it extra? From the corner where she's looking at something else now.
For first-time customers, no.
Sure, we'll take the lightly cursed mirror gift wraps.
All right, I have a lot of great elf flesh for you.
No, never
He
mind.
pulls
Nope,
out elf
nope,
flesh
nope,
and begins
nope,
taking
nope,
the.
I'm good. Put it back.
It's fine. I've got this. He begins to wrap it up nicely in a flayed, like leathery elf flesh.
She's gonna be like,
He begins to sew it up like he's stitching a wound.
If V's not as squeamish, she'll take that.
Would you like it engraved in blood?
Without engraving would be great, actually. We'd like
Right.
the aesthetic of the pure flesh.
He hands over the flesh-wrapped mirror.
V takes
Oh,
it.
it is silky smooth, the skin that he has.
Oh my god!
Some incredibly high quality elf leather that you've got there. Very.
Oh, yes.
Very,
I like to take them when they're quite young.
yes. Young, you say?
Stop asking. Please.
Oh!
Oh dear.
We'll take our lightly cursed mirror wrapped in elf baby flesh.
is it tanned or is it wet?
It's... You don't know how to explain it. It feels like it's living flesh still. It's very silky smooth.
Holy shit.
Is it warm?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh my god.
Like flesh worm or like room temperature?
Like flesh.
Good.
Fascinating. All right. Because how much was it? What, 500?
500 gold, yes.
Okay.
An excellent purchase, if I say so myself. Oh, let me offer you something else. He offers you another forked tongue, but this one is kind of in the style of the doorknob. It's like twisted around. It says, if you ever require my services, find any surface and stick this on there. And I might come. I don't know.
Okay.
I just got reminded of the merchant in Resident Evil. What are you buying?
What am I?
Alright, so V's holding this gross mirror wrapping baby.
Because the wrapping is my fault, I'll do 250.
I have 116 gold.
I will do.
You don't have... oh, wait. Yeah, most of your guys' currency is in gems and stuff.
Yeah.
And art.
I've been distributing gold every time we get
Yeah,
it.
I
You should
have
have a somewhat equal amount.
Yeah, you should have about what they have. What do you have?
I have 734.
Yeah, you should have a rough.
Oh, no, wait, you started with less than us, though.
A lot less, but
Yeah, I
have-
started with almost 200.
I have only 116 written down from last time.
I think that was
This
how
is
much.
last time.
I think that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's weird, because I have about 700. You should be somewhere up where we are.
Let's say you have 600-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will just.
Okay, I'll put it on 600 for now.
Okay.
We'll go. We'll do the numbers
So
later.
you do 250. So I'll do what, like 150, and you do 100?
I can do that.
Okay.
You guys exchange the coins. The
Oh,
the
crap.
devil
Now I have to
takes
do
the
math.
coins and like sniffs them and goes, oh, vile little creations, don't you think? Why can't mortals just exchange souls?
Well, some mortals seem to believe that you can buy souls with money.
Oh, I would like to be in touch with these mortals.
Yes, they say sometimes they say the price of every man has a price for their soul.
That's what we say here too. Oh, how I miss dealing in souls. Used to be that adventurers would come to me and offer the souls of their children's or grandchildren's or themselves.
Yes, we met someone that was the result of a deal like that. Anyway, nice talking to you.
All we needed was the mirror. Thank you very much.
If you need anything else, I'm always here sometimes.
It was very nice meeting you. Anyways, you're gonna need some paper towels for that corner. Bye!
I start going towards the door.
Yeah, we're leaving now.
Good travels, I guess. You guys leave the door and find yourselves on the opposite side.
V's going to take one of her claws and rip the seams and peel off the baby flesh and like.
As you peel it, it bleeds a little bit.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. She's just gonna peel the baby flesh off and fold it up as nicely as she can
and wrap it in cloth.
You're not sure how he was able to wrap it so nicely because now it's just acting like flesh.
She's just gonna
Ugh.
and then just wrap it up real tight in some fabric and just shove it in the backpack.
Now you have let's say a bundle of elf flesh.
Hooray! A bundle of baby elf flesh.
He said elves live a long time, you know. It might not be baby
elf
Of elf flesh.
Luckily, the mirror is in immaculate condition. The blood seems to only kind of be for show. But you still have the elf flesh. It's actual elf flesh.
Okay, so I now have a bundle of elf flesh tucked away in my bag.
Yep.
And just
I'm sorry. I don't know what I expected.
I'm gonna turn to Suhan and say, don't suppose you have a washing basin?
Oh yeah, just look around.
Alright. I really would like a washing basin.
You sort of look around and sure enough a washing basin appears on a small stand next to you.
Excellent. She's just furiously washing her hands.
Okay, yeah, you wash your hands and the gross, like, almost like, you don't know how to explain it other than party blood. Seems to be coming off.
Party blood!
Like, oh, vile. You guys have been holding the mirror downward, just kind of in a sort of safety precaution. But do you guys want to flip it upward and use it as a mirror, or
Well,
or do you guys want to go outside first and like try to find a meal before this?
we should probably get a meal, yeah.
I think we should save the mirror until we can't get
Until it's
until
needed.
we need a mirror.
Okay, there we go.
So
All right,
I'll take, I don't know, something out of my bag and wrap the mirror.
all right.
So we have
you
our-
take out your like the shirt you were wearing when you were changing out the like exchange shirt,
So it's
basically.
wrapped in your
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't
washed
want
it.
to check
No,
in for
that's
your
true, they did.
fears before we go out there?
Not really.
Okay.
I have a feeling that Tortoise faced a good number of his fears today.
I suppose
Things I
that's
didn't
true.
even know I had. All right.
All right. You guys stare at the door, the icy blizzard rattling at its hinges. You reach forward, and sure enough, you are outside in the winter's grasp.
Awesome.
And we are going to call it right there for now. So next time, thank you all so much for joining us for D&D. And you are...
Devil, I don't know what I was expecting.
I really well, you guys were going to be like, no gift wrapping, but...
No!
Well, now we have a bundle of elf flesh.
We expect the best of people.
2 vials of bone meal and some demon ichor on me too. So
And a little elf flesh.
now I have a little bundle. Hey, you know what? We keep running into demons and devils. Those things might be worth something.
That's
Yeah,
true, you
that's
never know.
true. That is
Hopefully
actually very
nobody
true.
goes through your
And I'm
things.
sure
Oh my
elf
God.
flesh is very valuable in certain circles.
If we ever go anywhere though that's like an elf city, I recommend we get rid of it before then.
Just at least put it in the very bottom.
Very bottom. Oh my god. Okay.
So one quick description. You guys step out. The mists of the forest have subsided, and now you guys find yourselves almost like on a small like hill in kind of like that kind of climbs upward and upward in a large, thick forest. Snow is pouring down like crazy, but it's not super cold. You know how like, you know, if it's like really snowy, it's like it's actually not
It's
as
a little
warm.
warmer,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a little bit warmer. And you spot kind of a flicker of light further up the path that seems to snake upward, and a little spark of familiarity, but it's far in the distance. And it seems to be going towards what you can only describe as 3 or 5 large stone pillars that sort of just poke out from the tops of the trees deep within this strange misty forest that's now covered in snow. And so you guys kind of intuitively sort of know
We're heading that
that's
way.
the way. Yeah. All right.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, no, Torrid is beginning to develop a dislike of devils.
Extra planar magic.
Extra planar bullshit.
Yeah,
Well, we
exactly.
peered to the abyss of Boom's mind and it appeared back. Well, it's okay. Pahokee pissed on a demon's floor. So.
Yeah.
They didn't have a bathroom for customers. And it's hell, so
Oh my gosh. That was great.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was
Where the hell
awesome.
are
Thank
we?
you, Boom.
Yes!
Yes, thank you all for being.
That was a good
was
good
great.
session.
Oh, I'm gonna reward some XP because we are gonna be using XP now. I'm gonna give
Okay.
you guys.
There's an
Put it in
XP
my
tracker on the
D&D.
thing, isn't there?
Yes,
Yeah.
there is. I think I can just do it from here.
Oh.
I'm debating if I want to.
You can just do it if you want.
Yeah, I think I might. Can I just do it for everybody?
That'd be fun.
If not, I have my character sheet pulled up.
Because let's see, how much XP should you have at level 6?
Best.
Thanks for coming, Adam.
Yes, thank you! Thank you for hanging out!
Adam.
Hey, Adam, we had a good time.
Adam, you should make a character.
You should
And
Make
you
a
should
level
play with us.
6.
Because we love you.
Yeah.
And Heather's busy too. So you should just come play with us.
Come play with us.
Play with
There you go. Oh, that's why, because you guys. Well, I had to switch the advancement to XP.
Heart. Kitty heart.
Heart, heart, heart,
Yes,
heart, heart.
Kiki heart.
Little Kiki.
It's a little Kiki heart. That's one of his emotes for his channel.
Oh, nice.
It's a tier 3 sub sticky.
Oh.
I'm gonna never say it like that again though.
But oh god!
Bye, Chelsea. Thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for
Alright,
watching.
you guys should have 14,000 XP for being level 6.
Yay!
Let's call this a 1,000 XP for taking the quest and solving the riddle of the 2 thugs and orcs.
Okay. How do I how? Show how.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you open up your character sheet.
Down my character.
Okay, so we got
Manage XP.
1,000
XP. So you should have 15,000 now.
Where is manage XP? Extras?
It is under, if you open up your character sheet, hit edit.
Yeah,
It's under race?
Yeah. So the edit button is. Oh, where's
Well
that?
hidden.
It is actually. It's really.
No, it's under
annoying.
class. It's number 2.
So I think you have to go. Oh god.
You said 1,000, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Give you guys
got it.
1,000 XP.
Got it.
Yeah. That was gonna be the amount, and then.
Okay, so I'm not a crazy person.
Yeah.
It's weird on mine.
No, it is weird.
It is super weird. Sorry, Anita. 1,000 XP. What the heck is this?
A little face you put on your little bush person.
Get a good look at it.
I don't
yeah.
know if I can. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, it's not much to really. No, it's out of focus. Come on, focus. There it is. There's 2 eyes and a mouth. They're glowing yellow eyes. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
It's perfect.
I love it. It's Pokey's little bush creature. So cute.
Oh my goodness.
Alright. Do we want to hit the make stop button?
Yes.
Yes,
Someone get that
I'm
for me.
gonna go kill the stream. All right.
Thank you
guys.
all again.
Okay, goodbye forever.
Farewell.
Farewell. Oh wait. Actually, how do you rate somebody?
Oh,
Yeah.
Should we raid somebody?
How do we do that?
I don't usually do it on Sundays because I don't know who's streaming.
Oh yeah.
Let's find out who's streaming.
Oh man.
Maybe there's another D&D group out there.
I haven't laughed that hard at something in a while though.
I like that.